Look, the light was covering the dark devil. Would he be defeated? Let's follow WOA Fairy Tales to get the answer. Once upon a time, in beautiful kingdom called Maxi, people and dragon lived peacefully together. The kingdom was protected by 2 sacred dragons with the power of fire and lightning. The people really loved and respected those 2 dragons, especially Alina Princess. She was really close to the fire dragon. He always carried her on his back, and they flew together in the sky to the beautiful places. Time passed by until Alina got 18. The kingdom had to face with a great danger when a dark devil had appeared. He maintained his power by sucking people's life spirit, and the victims were all turned into stone. Even the 2 sacred dragons were no match for the devil. All the people had to live in anxious and panic. The 2 dragons used all of their powers to create a pearl, which could create a light shield, temporarily protecting the people from the dark devil.
Quickly, bring this globe to protect the people. I will be here to fight against the dark devil and hold him off.
What if they harm you? Or I just stay here with you?
Saving everyone is more important now. Just go. I'm alright. Even when I am turned into a stone, I also believe that we will see each other again. Someday soon.
After giving the pearl to the king, the fire dragon were gone without leaving a single trace. And the lightning dragon sacrificed himself to fight against the dark devil, bringing peace to Maxi Kingdom. But the peace didn't last for so long. When the powerful pearl got weaker and weaker every day, its light gradually faded away, so the protection shield of the kingdom also lost its protect power. The king was so worried that he became haggard. Father, everyone, it won't be good if we just stay here. So I want to ask for your permission to bring the pearl out and find the fire dragon. Maybe he knows the way to make the pearl powerful again.
If you take it away, then what will happen with the people?
Your Majesty, don't worry. Just let the princess bring it away. I think she's right. If we just stay here, sooner or later, we will be in great danger. We have to save ourselves. Princess, just rest assured to set out. We will be here to hold up and wait for you to come back with the good news.
So quickly go. Take care and protect yourself. I will stay here and support everyone.
Then Princess Alina bravely set out to find the fire dragon. When I was a kid, the fire dragon usually took me to a secret cave. Is there any way that he's here? I have to go there. On the way, she was blocked by the guards of the daredevil. They rushed there to attack her. However, the princess brought the pearl along with her, then she could defeat them. Alina continued her journey, and she was covered by a dark smoke. It brought her into an illusion, where she could see the fire dragon was on Dark Devil's side, and the Dark Devil cunningly looked at her.
Stupid human! The sacred dragon chose my side. Don't waste your effort for nothing! Fire dragon, attack her!
At first, Alina intended to fight. But she remembered her happy days with the fire dragon, remembered how he had sacrificed to protect the kingdom. Instead of fighting back, she ran there to hug the dragon tight. You are my best friend. You are the one I love. No matter what happens, I don't believe that you will hurt me. Like I will never harm you. After that, the illusion immediately disappeared, and she could escape from the dark smoke. Alina continued to go. And finally, she could find the fire dragon inside the secret cave. Fire dragon! Is that you? Finally, I can find you! The kingdom is in a great danger when the pearl is getting weaker. Now only you can save everyone. If we delay, everyone will be turned into stone.
It's great to see you again, Alina. I created the illusion earlier. That's a challenge for the one who wants to enter the dragon cave. And I'm really happy when seeing you still love dragon like that. About the pearl, the lightning dragon was turned into a stone, and I'm not able to restore the protection shield. Maybe the best way is to fight till the end.
Yes, I'll fight together with you. For everyone, for us. I can take all the dangers and the risks. Together, they went to find the dark devil, knowing that the princess and the fire dragon were fighting against the devil. They also gathered to fight together with them, but the devil was too strong. The fire dragon fought against the dark devil and was quickly knocked out. He sucked all of the dragon's life spirit, turned the dragon into a statue, and used power to break it down into pieces. Alina angrily rushed there, used her swords to slash at him. However, she was quickly knocked out far away. She got injured, so she crawled toward the globe and held it tight. The people all rushed to the front to protect their princess. The devil smirked and sucked the life spirit of everyone. When they turned into stone, the life spirit from their body flew toward the pearl instead of flying to the devil. The pearl was gradually shining again, and a maximum light shield was created to protect the whole kingdom. The light gripped the Devil King, making him vanish forever. The people who had been turned into stone also turned back to normal. Only Fire Dragon had gone forever. Alina sat down by the rubble and cried in sorrow.
Alina, quickly! Give me the pearl!
He picked the globe up and casted a spell. The stone flew up and broke down into dust, and the fire dragon was revived, rising from the ashes. Alina happily ran there and hugged the dragon so tight. They smiled happily with each other. After defeating the Dark Devil, Alina took the throne and ruled the kingdom. With the protection of the two sacred dragons, people in Maxi Kingdom lived in happiness and peace forever after.
The hand of that beautiful girl was creating a lot of treasures that filled this magnificent, splendid room. But why did the more gold and silver the room contained, the older the girl became? Let's find out with WOA Fairy Tales! Once upon a time, in a small faraway kingdom, there lived two poor, kind, well-loved sisters named Ellie and Harper. Despite living in poverty, the two sisters always tried to work. They were loved by everyone, as well as received many gifts that were carefully placed in small notebooks. Recently, the crops failed. Although the two sisters worked hard for rich families, they were often forced to work overtime with low salaries. Gradually, Harper became exhausted and got seriously ill, but they did not have enough money to pay for medicines. Ellie loved her sister very much, so she tried to do everything to cure Harper. But no one would save them.
If only I could be as rich as everyone else and have enough money to treat Harper's illness. I'm willing to give up whatever it takes.
Because she could not find help, Ellie sadly returned to her small house. However, on the way home, she met an old woman who was injured on the road, so she rushed to help. After being saved by Ellie, the old woman was very grateful and sad to hear Ellie's poor story.
I am too old now. I have been enjoying many riches and glory in this life. I have a precious treasure, and I want to give it to you because of your great heart. This box can give the person holding it anything they want. However, each time making a wish, that person has to exchange something on her body, such as youth, beauty, or physique, to match the prayer. And in the process of making a wish, you must hold the box tightly, not letting anyone take it. Otherwise, the prize and the wish will be effective on others.
Ellie half doubted the old woman's words, but she still decided to give it a try.
I wish I had enough money to treat my sister Harper.
Okay, I will grant you this wish if you dare to trade a part of your long hair for me.
Ellie was startled when she heard the talking box, but also happily agreed to the contract.
Oh, did this box really help you get this much money? Thank you very much for this gift. You are welcome. Use it as you think is the right thing.
Then, excited and happy, Ellie left without knowing the old lady was smiling a sinister smile, and then disappeared. As for Ellie, after curing her sister's illness with the money she had, she also wanted to give her sister a richer life. Gradually, she was willing to trade her beautiful face and elegant figure for a big house having servants for the two sisters. However, the more Ellie used the box, the more negative her mood changed, and the more she wanted to be rich. Ellie thought that exposure to mud-splashed laborers in a poor environment was the cause of Harper's illness, so she forbade her sister from interacting with them. Moreover, because Ellie had a grudge against the rich before, when she became richer, she made them her henchmen. Even Ellie gradually lost the freedom and happiness of her sisters. She just stayed home, clutching the wish box for fear of losing it. Not only that, she also felt that the box had strange images and sounds that appeared more and more, making her mesmerized by it. As time goes on, Ellie separated from the outside world. The two sisters got more and more haters. Harper saw that Ellie's appearance and temperament were too different from before, and used all means to talk, but Ellie refused to listen.
Why should I care what those jealous people say about us? All assets now are created by me, not stolen, so you don't need to feel any remorse. In exchange for the treasures we had, you had to sacrifice a lot for me. I don't want you to continue to suffer from outside gossip and become such a selfish person. No! Because of you, I can do anything. And if you worry that those lowly people are affecting our mood, then I will create a kingdom of our own, making everyone be obedient. Even if the prince I have to pay is my soul. It's not like that, sis.
Harper took the old small notebook out and tried to remind Ellie of the good memories of the past.
You see, we used to have a poor time, but we had a lot of laughter and happiness like this. So Ellie, I hope you can understand that money isn't as important as the happiness we once had.
When Ellie was pondering her decision, she suddenly heard someone's seductive, hypnotic words in her head.
Don't listen to Harper. All you are doing is wanting the best for your sister. Who's saying that? Ellie, are you all right? Don't come near me! Currently, your sister is still young. She does not understand how it will feel when you had wealth and power. So she prevented you from fulfilling this wish.
That's right.
Prove to Harper how valuable it is. Continue to wish and give your soul to me.
Yes, prove everything to Harper by offering this soul.
Hearing the sweet words, Ellie lost her mind and began to wish with the box that she wanted to have her own kingdom by exchanging her soul. However, when the box began to shine to take Ellie's soul, Harper hastily snatched it and interrupted the contract. Therefore, the price the box took away was Harper's soul. When Ellie woke up from the fascination of the voice, she discovered that her sister's soul was in the hands of the old woman she met the last time. Now she transformed into a witch. Turns out, the old woman was a witch who specialized in collecting other people's ambitions. She identified Ellie as the 100th soul to help her have enough power to rule the country. Once Ellie had more ambitious desires and obeyed the temptation, her soul would create more and more dark power for the witch. At the last minute, things didn't go as she planned when Harper interrupted the contract process and became the replacement soul.
Brat, you ruined my plans, but I'm sure Ellie won't leave her poor little sister's soul to live in luxury. Isn't that right, Ellie? What do you want from me to return my sister's soul? Your soul, of course. Okay, if so.
No, Ellie. If you do that, the witch will gain the power of darkness and take over the whole place.
Ellie has always loved and is ready to sacrifice for you. There is no difficulty in making a wish in return and exchanging your soul. Besides, you should be proud of your sister, not be stubborn like this.
No, even now, if she trades her life and everyone else's for saving me, I will be very sad. I believe she will also be sad to see this.
Well, this is not your turn to decide, Ellie. Choose quickly before your sister's soul belongs to me forever.
No, don't hurt my sister.
Then hurry up and make a wish.
Ellie hesitated, hastily picked up the box, and pondered over the words the witch and Harper had just said.
But if I choose to replace Harper now, she and the people will have to live in misery later under the domination of the witch. On the contrary, if the witch takes my sister, I am not worthy to be a sister. What should I do now? If that's the case, then I have to risk this last wish.
Finally, Ellie took the box in her hand and began to make her wish. After she finished making her wish, her soul flew in the witch's direction, making the witch happy without giving any thought to Harper's soul. While the witch was happily walking towards the box and preparing to take over the world, suddenly a golden magic flow spread from the box to her body and turned her into gold.
What's going on? No!
Turns out, Ellie had silently said the swap condition with the box that she would accept becoming a soul if the next person holding this box would turn into gold to destroy the witch and save everyone. So when the witch got her hands on the box, invisibly, she activated the condition Ellie exchanged. In the end, Ellie and the other souls were also freed from the witch's curse, and Ellie was reunited with Harper. However, this was equivalent to Ellie's entire fortune gradually disappearing completely.
I'm sorry about the past. I have understood that money is nothing without you or happy memories of the past, so I will try to correct my mistakes and become the good sister I used to be. You made the right choice after all, and I believe with our efforts we will together build and reconnect the good relationships like before.
After that, Ellie and Harper continued their lives, trying to work...
They do to be punished gravely like that.
How dare you serve me a disgusting food like that? Go there to receive your punishment. And all of you, stand up straight. You dare to provoke me, you must be tired of living.
Brian, I think you shouldn't punish them gravely like that. Anyway, their sin is not so great.
They were too noisy. They ruined my nap. Isn't it a great sin? If you see them miserable, just take the punishment for them.
The only thing you can do is to use your power to bully weak people.
What then? Power is the thing that you can never have. People, put that insolent man into the dungeon for me.
If you were a tiny normal person, no one would respect you.
That day will never come.
One day when the winter was about to come, being too bored with the amusements in the palace, the prince decided to go to the nearby forest to find something new. Suddenly, he saw a tiny thing which was moving below. Taking a closer look, It turned out to be a tiny girl.
See what I have? A tiny girl? It's interesting.
Please release me. I will repay you.
I have everything! I need nothing but a tiny toy. I will bring you back to entertain.
You're too bad. Then don't blame me. The girl took a small potion from her pocket and threw it directly toward the prince, making him so painful. When the pain was eased, the prince opened his eyes and saw himself turned into a tiny man. The tiny girl also found a way to get back to the ground.
How dare you smell me? I order you to turn me back to normal quickly. If you don't do it, I will order people to destroy this forest.
Ignoring the threats from the prince, the tiny girl just left there.
All right, wait for it.
However, just walking for a few steps, suddenly a big ant appeared. Believing that the prince was food, it came closer and grabbed the prince.
Help! Help me! Anyone there? Please help me!
At that very moment, the tiny girl appeared and helped the prince escape from the ant.
I will eliminate all of ants in this entire kingdom!
With his shape at that time, it was really dangerous for him to return to the palace, so he had to follow that tiny girl. That tiny girl named Tina, a spirit of the forest. Her house was an old oak root. Despite being so small, but the space inside that oak root was so large.
I order you to turn me back into a normal human quickly, or I will...
Anemone.
What?
The flower of anemone will help you diffuse the spell, but it's winter now. There will be no anemones for you.
Don't try to fool me. The winter is so long to come. Wait for it to see how I will punish you.
Brian opened the door, and a cold wind blew in, making him freeze. So even if he didn't want it, but he had to stay there until the end of winter, if he didn't want to be frozen. Tina's daily works were to help the wounded animals in the forest. Didn't know why, but there were so many of the animals who needed the help of Tina that winter. Waiting for so long without having the dinner, the prince was angry with Tina.
Do you intend to prepare the dinner for me?
If you want it to be quick, just give me a hand, or I will kick you out of here.
You dare to threaten a prince? I will give you a great punishment.
Of course I dare, because it's my house, my world, and you can never use your rules with me here. Couldn't do anything more. The prince had to help Tina unwillingly. After working hard for a long day, the prince felt so exhausted. Tina served the prince a hot pot of soup that she prepared when he had been so busy.
Did you cook it with magic? It's more delicious than all the things I've eaten before.
Just a normal mushroom soup. It's because you're hungry. Thank you so much for today. When they were enjoying the meal joyfully, suddenly the continuous knock sounded. A wounded giant goblin was looking for Tina's help.
I think you shouldn't help him. The goblins are really cunning and evil.
However, With her kind nature, Tina couldn't stand there and ignore the goblin. She still decided to cure the goblin. A few days later, the wounds of the goblin were totally healed. And it wasn't unexpected, as the princess warning before. After recovering, the goblin immediately turned against them. He didn't want to leave, and he even captured and detained Tina.
It's really warm here with full of food. Why do I have to go out there and experience the cold winter? Be obedient. Serve me or you will be crushed.
Don't use your power to bully others, or I will punish you when I'm back to normal.
Really? That day will never come to me. Quickly, prepare a pot of soup for me.
That situation reminded the prince about all the things he had done before, and he could feel the anger and the helpless feelings of the one who had been bullied by him. Without resigning, the prince found a way to kick the goblin out.
You! What are you doing?
The logs are wet! So from now on, every time I fire the stove, it will cause much smoke. If you cannot stand it, just leave here!
The goblin was contemptuous. Then he took a breath and blew strongly. Then the smoke was cleared. Not giving up, the prince found many other ways to chase the goblin away. But he could do nothing to the goblin. One day, Brian found a really strange clover. When the goblin was sound asleep, the prince went to ask Tina. This is grass with strong anesthesia, but it has just a little effect with the goblin.
We won't know if we don't try.
But he is really cunning. He always forces you to try all the food first. How can we use it?
It's all right. I found a way.
As usual, seeing the prince try the food without any problem, the goblin quickly devoured everything. Taking the chance, the prince quickly used a handful of powder, which had been grinded before, to put in the pot of soup without letting the goblin know it. After eating the whole pot of soup, he immediately collapsed. The prince quickly rescued Tina, and together they brought the goblin out of the house before he woke up. Suddenly, the goblin woke up, knocked the two out far away. In the most dangerous moment, Brian realized that he was standing near an anemone. It turned out that the winter had passed already. He immediately bit on an anemone flower. Immediately, the prince was back to his normal shape. With a big and strong body, the prince easily kicked the goblin far away by its own leg.
Tina! Tina! So lucky! You're still alright! About that goblin, I'm afraid that he will come back. I will order people to come here and protect you.
Don't bother. Actually, this oak is a gate to enter my house. I will move it to another place, then that goblin will not be able to find me.
So, I won't be able to find you, right?
The place where I live will have a violet anemone flower. For the days being with Tina, the prince learned a lesson for himself. From that moment, he wouldn't be arrogant and bully others anymore. Sometimes he went to the forest to find the place which had a violet flower. And
that sound came from a special instrument that they called Etwol. And Princess Agnes was more proficient in playing that instrument than anyone in the kingdom. Her Etwol sound could manipulate the emotion of those who heard it. One day, a troubadour girl named Canary appeared. She also owned a wonderful Etwol, and she could also create the melodious sounds.
how beautiful that sound is!
Yes, I see that it's even more melodious than the Etwol sound of Princess Agnes.
Knowing that there was someone better than her, Agnes was really angry.
I have to compete with her to see who is the most talented Etwol player?
Then, a music competition happened. When Agnes was playing the Etwol, everyone happily enjoyed the sound. It's Canary's turn. Her melody not only made everyone passionate, but also attracted other animals to come and listen to her melody. When the princess played the second melody, everyone was so emotional they started to cry. The second melody of Canary even calms everyone's soul. More than that, the plants around started to bloom and produce beautiful flowers. And the result was clear. Canary's melodious sound not only made people become passionate, but also attracted other creatures. This made the princess really angry. In her anger, she suddenly discovered a secret room.
This is my mom's room from before. Is there any way that she hid something here?
Stepping inside, she discovered a wooden box which was covered in dust in the middle of the room. More surprisingly, inside that box, there was an Etwol which looked really new. Agnes tried playing a note. That sound was really clear, making her really excited.
Great! With this Etwol, I will be able to defeat her easily.
Then, Agnes decided to challenge Canary one more time. Just looking at the Etwol, Canary was really frightened.
Princess, please don't use that instrument. You're afraid that I will defeat you, right? No, it's not. If you want, I will succumb to you. Just don't touch that Etwol. You dare despise me? If you don't attend this competition, we'll punish you for disrespecting the royal family.
Then, the princess played a melody. At first, that made everyone really pleasant. But the sound gradually made people irritated. When Agnes stopped playing, everything around was totally destroyed.
What happened? That's the Etwol of the devil.
Many years ago, their grandmas were the best wizards of the kingdom. For chasing the devils away and bringing the peace for the people, together they created Etwol. The spiritual power of the Etwol was so great that the devil all wanted to own it. One day, a devil somehow snuck into the room where the Etwol had been placed and absorbed it. When they realized that, the animal was absorbed half. They had no choice but to divide the animal into two halves. A half of it was used to seal that devil. Then they split up. Canary's grandma watched the half of the magical animal. And Agnes's grandma was more powerful that time, so she watched the half of the devil animal.
Months ago, there was a prophecy that the devil would be able to escape. Then my grandma asked me to find the other half, which sealed the devil, to prevent it before it's too late.
Hearing that, Agnes immediately dropped the animal. But it was too late. The seal was broken, and the devil immediately escaped from the animal.
You all have sealed me for too long, and now all of you have to pay for it.
Then he started to use the animal sound to attack everyone. The sound was so sharp that it could cut everything outright after touching them. Canary also tried to resist, but the devil's power was too strong. She gradually lost her control.
Princess, quickly run away! If no one will be able to escape, go find my grandma. She will help you. But how about you? Be quick! I cannot hold it off for long! Why haven't you left yet? I won't go anywhere. This is my fault. I have to face it.
Then, the two girls together played a stronger melody. After a while, their melody gradually overwhelmed the devil. It gradually separated the devil from the animal, then swallowed him.
Canary, we made it! I'm sorry for my arrogance, which caused all of these troubles. It's alright. Everything was also solved by your help. Thank you for not leaving me alone before. Anyway, I think that is also a good thing. Good thing? Yes, because the devil was defeated, and there is no devil at wall anymore. Just keep this at wall and use it to help others. I got it.
And then, across the kingdom, the sound of Underworld was played again, making the light year. There lived two beautiful and talented princesses. Meanwhile, the elder sister Clara had the light magic power of developing plants and trees. The younger sister Beth owned the power of destroying everything. Therefore, the king and the queen wasn't so satisfied with Beth, and they always praised Clara. That made Beth jealous, and she thought that her parents didn't love her. When the two princesses matured, the queen got seriously ill, and she passed away prematurely. Princess Clara always supported her father to care for the life of the people, and she was much praised by them. In contrast, Beth always got the criticism from the people because her magic couldn't help them, and it even destroyed everything. It made her so angry that she immediately destroyed everything to release her anger. It made the king so upset with her. Time passed by, and the king got older and weaker. Before passing away, he used all of his power to create a crown.
Clara, this is the most powerful crown. It will give you my power. I want you to rule this kingdom for me and provide the people a peaceful life.
Being so depressed, Clara held her tears to prepare for the coronation.
Why do Clara always have everything and nothing for me? I cannot resign everything like this anymore!
On the night before the coronation, when her sister was sound asleep, Beth snuck into her room and stole the crown. When Clara discovered everything, it was too late. Being exposed to the dark magic, the crown was being darkened. Right after that, Beth attacked Clara. Receiving the power source from the crown, Beth easily defeated her sister. Clara got seriously injured and had to leave the palace. When seeing Clara in danger, the people in the kingdom teamed up to protect her and move her to another place. Being too angry while seeing the people helped Clara escape, Beth immediately turned all of them into stone. From that moment, the people in the kingdom had to experience a miserable life under the rule of Beth. She continuously created disgusting monsters to search for Clara. The monsters destroyed everything on their way. All the places in the kingdom were full of devastation. About Clara, after successfully escaping from the kingdom, she was helped by a kind couple. Being grateful for what Clara had done before to give the people a peaceful life, they took care of her by all their heart. Some time later, her health finally recovered. However, her magic power wasn't as strong as before.
Oh no, that fight weakened my magic power. What should I do to help you? I'm not deserved with the expectation of you and my father, King.
No, Clara. You are the most deserving one for ruling this kingdom. It's not because you're strong. It's because you have a warm heart.
But now I really don't know what to do to help everyone.
That evening, the couple discussed with the villagers to find a solution.
There's still one way to help the princess. We have to give her all of our power. But the difficult thing is that she must have a totally pure heart. If she doesn't have it, the ritual will fail and we will all be in danger.
The princess has a good heart. I believe her.
Yes, I believe her too.
Then, all the villagers agreed to give her their power. The next morning, they told Clara their decision.
No, if we do that, you all will lose your magic power forever.
Clara, we do this not only for you, but also for all of us, for this kingdom. If no one can stop Beth, we won't be able to live peacefully. We hope that you will save this kingdom.
Clara can feel the sincerity from everyone, so she had no choice but to accept it. The ritual was performed right after that. Everyone focused on transferring their power to Clara. When the ritual finished, Clara could feel the strong magic power which was flowing inside her body. In contrast, the people became weaker.
I won't let you down. I will bring back the peaceful life to this kingdom.
Clara quickly went back to the palace to find Beth.
Oh, my beloved sister, where have you been? You made me look for you the whole time. Beth, stop creating those monsters. You will destroy the kingdom. Oh, really? That's really good. That's exactly what I want. Beth, I'm begging you, please. Stop it before it's too late. Parents would be hurtful if they knew you had made all these things. Don't talk about them. They only loved you. I was nothing in their eyes. Even the lowly people out there didn't respect me. I have to make them kneel before me. Attack!
Beth, with the support of the crown, easily defeated Clara.
You still want to stop me? Even when you're too weak?
When Beth was about to finish Clara, then Clara came up with an idea. She quickly hit the crown. The crown was shaking and spread out an energy, giving Beth a severe headache. It was sucking Beth's magic power. Clara didn't have the heart to see her sister being absorbed by the crown. Clara rushed there to help Beth. After a while, the crown was gradually back to normal. Right at that moment, the elder and the other villagers just reached the palace and saw everything.
The royal crown also has its own thought. When receiving the power of justice from Clara, it woke up and realized its real master.
By her power, Clara purified Beth's dark magic and helped the kingdom become prosperous like before.
Huh?
Then, she gave the magic power back to the villagers. And about Beth, she used her magic power to destroy all of the remaining monsters. She also took the mission of fighting against the dark forces who intended to threaten the kingdom. From that moment, the kingdom experienced peaceful days with the rule of the two princesses. The ferocious monster was attacking the little princess! Could she escape from his sharp claws? Let WOA Fairy Tales tell you what happened with today's story. Once upon a time, in a beautiful and prosperous kingdom, the king and the queen lived happily with their treasure, Princess Malia. Malia was much pampered by her parents. Since she was a kid, she really loved horse riding, and she used to practice fencing with her father. Therefore, the king asked his people to forge a sword for Malia to bring it along with her. That happiness felt like forever, until the queen got seriously ill and passed away.
My dear, I have to go far away, and I won't be able to be with you anymore. Promise me that you will always bring this hairpin along with you. It will protect you from me. No, Mom! Don't leave me alone!
Suddenly, she became motherless after just one night. This made her so hurtful. Not long after, when her sorrow was not yet eased, her father remarried another woman. Her stepmother was really ugly, but no one knew why the king loved her so much. The princess had to live in fear every day because one time, she accidentally saw the queen was practicing magic in her room.
Father, you should guard against the queen. Today I saw her doing magic in her room.
Not at all. She was with me the whole time. You're mistaken. Don't be too suspicious. The queen is really good. You should try to open your heart with her.
The king kept on living with his infatuation for the queen until one day he suddenly went missing.
The king has been seriously ill. He kept it for himself because he didn't want everyone to see his bad image. So he went out to discover the world outside on his last days of life, and he handed over this kingdom for me. From now on, I will try my best to take care of the people and the princess. I don't believe it! You definitely harmed my father. I saw you practice dark magic many times in your room. I will go find my father and bring him back to punish you. If you know it, I won't have to act anymore. People, put the princess into the dungeon. Let me see how can she find her father.
The princess was detained in the dark dungeon wrongly. She shouted out loud, knocked the door, but no one cared about her. The princess hurtfully cried with her face down, but she quickly wiped her tears and thought about the way to escape.
I cannot sit here and cry. I have to find a way to get out of here.
She suddenly remembered about the hairpin she always brought along with her. She gently used that hairpin to pick the lock and secretly escaped. She kept running into a deep forest. Reaching halfway, the guards discovered that the princess had escaped. They chased away and blocked her. They rushed there to attack her. Although being practiced fencing before, she was still no match for the guards.
If I keep on fighting, I will be exhausted and lose it. I have to find another way.
The princess quickly looked around and saw the vines which hang firmly on the tree.
That's it! My savior is here!
She immediately grabbed the vines and combined them like a net. Then, she swung to the back, making all the guards stuck in those vines. After that, she quickly ran away. Running for a while and totally lost them, she was bewildered. She didn't know where to go to find her father. Wandering around the jungle until got exhausted, she collapsed and fell asleep. In her dream, she recalled the happy days when her father was riding a horse and took her to a beautiful valley full of flowers. Then she suddenly woke up.
Right. How could I forget that flower valley? I have to go there immediately. Maybe father is there.
Thinking that she was about to find her father, the princess was so happy until she reached the valley.
Father, I'm your beloved Malia. If you're here, please come here to see me. I miss you so much.
She kept calling, but she could see her father nowhere. Suddenly, a monster appeared and attacked her. She ran away in panic. But she was cornered. The monster raised his claw to finish her. She drew her sword intending to stab him, but she saw that his neck was seized by a necklace, and he looked really painful. She decided to use her sword to cut off the necklace. The light lifted the monster up and turned him into her father. They hugged each other and cried in happiness.
Malia, I should have listened to you. The queen is really a cruel witch. She casted a spell on the necklace and gave it to me. After wearing the necklace, my whole body was painful and I was turned into a ferocious monster, making me so astonished at that time. My last reason brought me here, staying away from the world for not letting anyone see me in this appearance, and also for not harming the innocent people. I'm sorry for not believing and protecting you.
Father, I will never blame you, and you don't need to blame yourself.
Both of them seemed really happy when seeing each other. But the witch suddenly appeared. She used her magic power to attack Malia. Seeing that, the king rushed there to cover her and got seriously injured. Malia angrily fought against the witch, but she was quickly knocked out far away.
Oh, what a touching fatherhood! I was your mother's friend since we learned magic. I also tried my best, but why did your mother become more and more beautiful with the love of everyone? Meanwhile, I had to live in an ugly appearance and was isolated by everyone. She even stole the one who I secretly loved from me. I am not content. I have to destroy her happiness, making her disappear from my vision, and you all should go with her.
Don't fool yourself. I didn't love you and never love you. I only love her. She didn't steal anything from you.
Malia was so astonished, even being seriously injured. She tried to rush there to hug her father and to protect him. While the magic power was heading towards them, the pin on her hair suddenly shone bright. It looked like her mother appeared. She stretched out her hands to hug both of them. An enormous power knocked the witch out far away, making her exhausted, and Malia's father was also recovered. After defeating the witch, the king ordered his people to put her into a dark dungeon forever. Since then, they lived a peaceful life together forever after.
Everyone, try a little bit more. We are about to be inland.
Oh no! The princess fell overboard!
How could you bring a human here? You've already forgot what human had done to our ancestor?
I didn't forget, but she is my savior.
I couldn't leave her alone in danger.
Where am I?
You woke up? This is my home, the Ocean Palace.
You were the mermaid man earlier? What happened after all?
That girl was Princess Seridwen. She was really interested in discovering everything. That time, she decided to follow a fishing boat to see the ocean.
Maybe today is not a lucky day. Alright, we will pull the last catch and come back before the storm comes.
Captain, there is something in the net.
Great! That thing will be able to make up for the failed fishing trip today. The landlords will be willing to spend a lot of money to own it.
No, just let this mermaid man go.
Who are you, newbie?
So, you are the intruder. Tie her up. When we get inland, I will hand over her to the judge.
I'm Princess Seridwen.
This is a knife with royal symbol. Only the princess can own it.
Please forgive me, princess.
I command you to let that mermaid man go. To make it up for you, when we're back, I will grant you 3 chests of gold.
Yes, your highness.
Then the storm came, making me fall out of the boat. And you...
Oh, I'm Prince Griffith, and this is Freya, my childhood friend.
Thank you so much, Prince Griffith and Freya.
From that moment, they became friends. Seridwen used to go into the sea with Griffith, led her everywhere to see.
What is that pearl?
That is the pearl which brings light and healing for the Mermaid Kingdom. If its light is down, the Mermaid Kingdom will be attacked by the ocean monsters.
So what will the mermaid do to make its light last forever?
Every 30 years, there will be someone who brings the chosen power appears, and that one will have to use that power to light the pearl. And this year, it's me.
Great! Can I come here to see it?
Of course you can. It will be my great honor.
How poor you are. You have to see a human steals your lover.
Who are you?
It's just the one who was exactly like you now. The one who had to be disappointed when seeing your lover was stolen by another. So now I just want to help you.
But how?
We just need to scare her a little bit, making her frightened. Then she won't dare come here anymore.
On the day that Prince Griffith lighted the pearl, Freya went to take Seridwen up for him. But instead of bringing her to the palace, Freya led her to the edge of the light.
Freya, are you sure that we're going the right way? Because the mermaids will be really crowded at the palace today, so the prince wants to let you enter by another mysterious gate. Oh, that's okay. Alright, wait for me here. I go prepare for a while and I will be back in a minute. Could you come back quickly? It's a little bit scary here.
Freya, I have been looking for you. Did you bring Seridwen here? Is that true? Where is she now? Oh no, Seridwen! Turns out, the witch didn't simply want to scare Seridwen. For saving Seridwen, Griffith was taken away by the sea witch.
Oh no, Griffith! Freya, why did you want to harm me? I just wanted to scare you. I didn't expect Alright, we will talk about this later. Now we have to inform everyone to save the prince. No, if we'll let anyone know that I'm the one who put the prince in danger, I will be punished. Because if he doesn't come back timely to light up the pearl,
its light will go off forever. I will go save him by myself. All right, I'll go with you. But if I keep on being inside this bubble, I won't be able to do anything. Actually, there is still a way to make you become a mermaid, but I really don't know how to turn you back to human again like before. I agreed to exchange. I heard Griffith talk about our ancestor. Just because the human was so greedy, making the mermaid tribes live at the bottom of the ocean. As a princess, I also want to do something to make it up for you.
Freya led Ceridwen to the statue of Mermaid's ancestor. After her sincere wish, the princess exchanged her legs for a strong mermaid tail. The two quickly went to the sea witch's place.
It's useless. The cage will absorb all of your power.
What does Ceridwen do to make you want to harm her?
I'm not interested in her. My target was you.
What do you want from me?
I want to make your whole kingdom lost in shadow forever. I will let all of you experience the dark and make you regret for kicking me out.
In the past, if you didn't practice dark magic and had the evil ambition with the throne, making the pearl almost darken, then my parent would never expel you. They were too benevolent when doing that with you.
What's the problem when I practice magic myself? Just because you are so persistent and craven, you can never be stronger! Do you have any magic power to control and fight against her? No, I can only create bubbles. So what is her weakness? Do you know it? I just know that if she wants to maintain the dark magic power, there will absolutely be a thing on her body to contain it. But I don't know what it is. I have a way.
Seeing a stranger, the witch immediately followed her. Freya hid carefully in a corner, then suddenly blew the bubble into her face to block her view. Then the princess pushed her to the kelp net, which they had prepared before. Taking the chance, the two quickly went there to rescue the prince. The fragile kelps couldn't hold the witch off any longer. She used her power to attack Ceridwen. Freya immediately took the attack for Ceridwen. The prince was really angry then. He immediately fought against the witch. Suddenly, the princess saw a different dress on the witch's body. Believing that is the place which contained her magic, the princess had to take a risk. Ceridwen suddenly rushed there and pulled the dress out. Without a dress, the witch also lost all of her magic power. The prince immediately defeated her. Until that moment, the two noticed Freya, who was seriously injured.
Oh no! Freya! Please wake up!
The pearl! You said that the pearl could heal the wounds. Maybe I can help Freya. Quickly come back to light it up before it's too late.
Then together, they brought Freya back to the palace. That time, the pearl could only perform its last glimmers. The prince sat on his place, used his power to light up the pearl of the sea. Glamour covered everywhere in the kingdom. The miracle actually happened to Freya. Her wounds were healed by the light of the pearl. More surprisingly, Ceridwen could also take her legs back.
I'm really sorry for... No problem, Freya. I'm glad that you're still safe, and I understand why you did that. I saw the prince had been really worried for you when you were injured.
A few days later, the princess received an invitation.
Robe was the worst nightmare. Just exchange something very important of yourself for him. He was ready to help you do anything.
It's no use. You can't escape!
This time, he took orders from Prince Edward's evil stepmother to pursue and forbid their love. Leave us alone. As long as you give up, we promise never to return to the palace again. Being cornered, Princess Ballet accidentally dropped a snowball on the shelf, and the light flashed, sucking the two of them into the inner world. Opening eyes around the princess and the prince was a crowd of strangers. It turned out that the Snowball Kingdom was in a constant sleep before. Thanks to the appearance of Princess Ballet and Princess Edward, they all woke up. They honored the two as king and queen of the kingdom, hoping that the princess and prince would reign, helping the people's life to be happier and more prosperous. In this country, winter was endless. There was no crime, and no one was sad. From the endless source of snow, they could create everything in the world. Their life was extremely rich. They just enjoyed it. At first, Princess Ballet and Prince Edward were very satisfied and happy. But over time, as peace repeated itself without any challenge or difficulty, the prince began to get bored. He missed life outside when he ventured to conquer the world and overcome difficulties.
Princess, do you think this world is too safe for us?
Safe? What do you mean? Isn't that a good thing?
I mean, sometimes we need to take risks in life to find it more meaningful. You know, it's only winter here, but summer and spring and autumn are also very beautiful.
I think we need to be content, Edward. We've risked enough before. I just want to be in peace with you now. The more they argued, the more they disagreed.
I'm tired of always being beside you. Can't you live without me? I need my own space. Things are getting stuffy, you know? The decision to stay here together was too hasty. I think we need time to reconsider. I will leave.
Prince Edward sadly sent his confession to the forest, who knew that there was a portal to the outside world. The one in the black robe heard it.
Oh, it looks like our prince has a lot to say.
Who is saying that?
I'm the satyr of this forest. I understand what you're thinking. It seems only I can help you now.
Satyr? Why have we never heard of you?
How can mortals know me? You just need to know that I have a way to let you return to your previously happy, comfortable, and free life.
Life before? Do you know how to get out of this kingdom?
I know more than you think. Listen well to this mantra. The life of freedom is in your own hands.
Then the voice showed the prince the spell. The prince went from doubting, after being admonished, he believed, and reciting the spell he was taught in the hope of escaping.
Ancient mysterious door, drowning in the ice. Obey your master. Open the door now!
As soon as he finished reciting the spell, from the stump of an ancient tree, a space door appeared.
Why, you tricked me! There are no satyrs!
The air was hot. The snow was melting. In an instant, the ice structures collapsed, and winter was completely gone.
Oh my God! There's a crack in the sky!
Noticing an unusual sign, Prince Edward rushed back to the palace.
Your Majesty, the situation is very bad. If the weather got any hotter, the whole kingdom would disappear. How is this possible? What should I do? Christmas is coming. On the night of December 24th, according to tradition, the magical characters of winter will link together, forming magic snow. Chances are that sleet will bring things back to normal. Then send them here. As soon as the incident happened, they all somehow disappeared. According to the traces left by the musketeers, the possibility of them being sucked through the hole and flying to the outside world.
The prince realized that he had just done something very wrong. He regretted this and decided to leave to find the winter characters. I'll go with you.
Huh? Aren't you mad at me?
Even though we're no longer together, I'm still the princess here. I have to help you save the kingdom.
Huh?
The atmosphere of loss enveloped the whole kingdom. The people knew for the first time that Christmas was coming and there was no festive spirit at all. The princess and the prince passed through the portal, back to the human world. The first place they came behind the gate was the North Pole. This place was still surrounded by vast snowfields, unlike the melting snowball kingdom.
Huh? Is there anyone there? Help me!
It turned out that Santa Claus was inundated with a large pile of gifts, unable to get out. Successfully rescuing him, the prince and princess earnestly wished for his return.
Thank you, but there are too many gifts. If I don't distribute them all before the 24th night, I will have to stay here forever. If we work together now, I guess we'll finish soon.
The two teamed up to support him. They worked tirelessly. Thanks to that, Prince Edward suddenly realized that his weak little lover was actually extremely intelligent and resourceful. They soon found the Snow Princess crying at the edge of the forest. She couldn't go home because the children didn't believe that the Snow Princess was real. Every year, I have a mission to use magic to help the children. Maybe it's because of the incident in the Snowball Kingdom. I can't turn into snow anymore. Magic really comes from the heart. Even without magic, we can still help people. With the help of Prince Edward, Princess Ballet, and Santa Claus, the Snow Princess created a memorable little party for the kids. They were extremely happy, giving her tender hugs, sincerely believing that she was the legendary Snow Princess. The whole group was busy going back and forth to be on time before 24 o'clock. Princess Ballet was sad. It was just now that Prince Edward was around, was her family, and was her home.
I know I've hurt you a lot, made the whole kingdom miserable. After going a long way, going through hardships, I realized the meaning of love that I previously overlooked. I know it's very difficult for you to forgive and accept, but Princess, do I still have a chance to be with you and protect you?
In a warm, romantic atmosphere, they returned to be side by side with each other.
Sorry to interrupt, but if we don't hurry, we'll be late.
Returning to the Snowball Kingdom, the four hurriedly headed to the square, where the customary magical snowfall would take place.
Very good. However, you were able to bring Santa and Snow Princess back. But it's useless. No force can oppose me. You probably don't know who I am. I used to belong to the Winter World, but unlike those two idiots, I was shunned, and it was said that I punished naughty children. The kids just like characters like Santa Claus and Snow Princess. Every Christmas season came, they received so many handwritten letters. What about me, I have never received a letter. The bell signaling letter I always carried with me had never rung once.
Even that? You can't harm the world. Harm everyone.
How could you understand my feelings? I also want to be liked, to be with everyone, even just someone who could understand me. So either way, if I don't have it, I will destroy it. This kingdom and the whole human world will forever lose winter. I will make all of you not have what I don't have.
All joined forces to fight Krampus, but the efforts were ineffective. He was indeed too strong. The clock hands on the tower inched closer. People's hearts were choking, and they were about to lose their beautiful kingdom forever.
Sir Krampus, I did a very bad thing this year. They say Krampus will take me away. I'm not sending this letter to ask for your forgiveness. I'm just asking you to postpone it for a week. Let me correct my mistake. And then you can punish me. Is that okay? Everyone hates Krampus, but I don't blame you. You're just doing your job. Bad boy, the punishment is deserved.
At the last moment, Krampus cast a spell to heal the rift in the sky.
Ho, 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 ho! Merry Christmas!
Everything is back to the way it was in the end. I promise you, from now on, we will never leave. We will forever be happy together here, okay?
Thanks to you, thanks to our journey, I also understand many things. Prince, if we want to love to last, we should give the other trust and freedom. We need our own space, dreams, and ambitions. As long as you always put the person you love in your heart and work hard for each other. When he lit the fire, the cave was filled with gifts and letters. The people, instead of blaming and hating him, they admitted their mistake and wanted him to join the kingdom's Christmas party the next day. Krampus' eyes sparkled, rejoicing like a child.
Tomorrow is sure to be a great day.
Jethro and July's love is a miracle born of chaos in the Snowball Kingdom. July is the summer spirit, busy in the world exploration trip. Then she got lost in the hole in the sky of the Snowball Kingdom created by Krampus. Going on a foreign trip for the first time, July was full of surprise at the whole differences from her previous summer forest.
It's snow! Oh, I got to touch the snow!
Although the weather is warming up, many ice areas have not yet melted. The troubles began when little girl July slipped and catched a cold. The wings almost froze due to carelessness, so she was unable to fly. Just when July was panicking, thinking that she would be stuck in this hellish place forever, she met Jethro, a citizen boy. Jethro agrees with July to find a way back. He even became a guide to take July to visit the Winter Wonderland. If we can't return right away, we might use this time to have more fabulous experience. Spending the whole day together, although they couldn't successfully bring July back to her land. They had a wonderful time. Just when the two were hesitating to express their feelings, the winter came back. We need to go to Princess Ballet and Prince Edward. You need to go back. They didn't want to leave each other without sharing their feelings. No one noticed a snow butterfly that had landed on July's shoulder, following her back to her world. Returning to the original world for a long time, but neither Jethro nor July could forget each other. They often sit under the old tree in the forest in their own world to confide it. Until that morning, a pure white butterfly landed on July's shoulder.
Snow butterfly? Why does it live in such a hot place? I remember it hasn't appeared in this forest before. Snow butterfly, you look like a snowflake in this kingdom. Summer misses winter. Memories keep thicker. Spreading by sunset. Don't you know, lover?
The butterfly that received the kiss of the summer spirit then glowed brightly. It flew a few times and then crashed into the tree. Before July could shout to stop the butterfly, it had completely disappeared, as if it had passed through that tree. In the world of Snowball, Jethro was also leaning against an old tree when he heard the soft voice of his lover. It's July's voice. July? How is it possible? At that moment, from the tree, the snow butterfly, glittering with spirit dust, flew out. The two at the same time approached in shock, placing their hands on the tree at the same time. Strangely, the stump lit up and opened the gate. Gate? What's going on?
Jethro? It's the guy, isn't it? The guy on the other side of the gate?
Both of them were overjoyed to meet each other. Suddenly, the tree stump shook violently, and the door to space flew open. From there, spilled out so many characters that were sucked in, coming from different worlds. It also brings with it strange changes in the weather.
What's going on? Spring wind, summer sunlight, cherry blossoms, red autumn leaves. Oh, everything is so messed up!
That's weird. But look, July, you're not frozen anymore. Meanwhile, at the palace, Prince Edward saw the chaotic situation. He guessed that the dimensional gate was open, but Princess Ballet forbade his decision.
Wait, look, this time is different. People all over the kingdom are delighted with the change.
Huh?
This is such an opportunity. We should relax. It's okay to close the gate later.
The prince agreed, and the two joined in this unexpectedly exciting festival. Jethro and July too, they held hands through all the festivals in a year, such as Halloween. Valentine. Or Easter with warm spring air. While everyone was happy and relaxed, the sky suddenly turned dark. A giant tornado monster was slowly approaching from afar with tremendous destructive power. It is the chaos of the seasons that caused the weather to change and created monster. Quick! Go back to the tree and close the gate!
July! Hurry back to the forest! It's too dangerous here! I can't! Now that everyone is leaving, the Snowball Kingdom knows what to do now?
It's not something we need to think about. Take care of your weak body, or that monster would break you into pieces.
Sister, tornado monsters were created because of the chaos
that changed the season suddenly. Whoever has come here is also responsible.
Not only summer spirits, everyone understood Jethro and July's persuasion. With the huge destructive power of the monster, if it is not completely solved, it will pass through the portal to the other world. They're right. I'll stay with you to clean up this mess. A lot of people around have also admired the people and this land, so they are willing to stay and contribute, although not all. It has created a viral effect. The first thing to do is to bring ordinary people into the castle shelter. The ballet princess led this procession. Magical characters such as spirits, snow princess, Santa Claus stay directly to counter monsters. The summer spirits together create a hot stream of air in front of the monster to divert it, preventing it from approaching the castle. At the same time, they tried to taunt the monster, leading it to the empty land where nobody was around.
Spring, it's your turn!
As soon as the summer spirits arrived, the spring spirits immediately controlled a huge amounts of water from the river. The snow princess casted a spell that froze the water and formed a solid wall. The tornado monster really couldn't go any further. Before everyone could rejoice, the wall cracked and broke into 100 pieces. The monster slowly walked towards the spirits and the snow princess. It roared savagely, every step as if it wanted to crush those who stood in its way. Monster! I won't let you hurt her! Wait, what? The monsters are so light, just like nothing! It turns out, witnessing Krampus's ability last Christmas, Jethro was quick to ask for his help.
Sisters, burn it!
While Krampus used magic to stop the tornado monster, the summer spirits joined forces to make it dissipate. All hold their breath, waiting for the consequences. The moment the monster got weakened and turned into steam, everyone seemed they couldn't hold their happy anymore. To prevent similar incidents from happening again, the people quickly returned home. Once again, Jethro and July had to be forced to depart, possibly forever. No matter where you are, I hope you remember there will always be someone who loves you.
Me too! You must live a happy life!
Witnessing that, everyone was touched and mourned for the young couple. I think we need to announce this decision. Instead of sealing the gate forever, the princess and I have decided to have Mr. Krampus locked up. The gate will be open 4 times a year on 4 days between seasons.
However, in order to avoid the phenomenon of mass appearing to cause climate change, only the messengers with the best achievements in the regions will have the opportunity to exchange. Jethro, do you hear anything? So we have a chance to meet.
Definitely try to be able to meet all seasons. It's not that easy, buddy. We still have to get over us. We also need to meet someone we love. New friends from all over the world exchange their land specials before stepping through the gate.
I really don't like separation at all.
But we all know this is not the end. Separation sometimes becomes a motivation.
With her, would anyone go there to save her? Let's follow WOA Fairy Tales to listen to her story. Once upon a time, there was a peaceful village. Each person in that village would take the responsibility for a specific job, and together they would share the fruits of their labor for the others. Although life is difficult, they were all happy and smiled all the time. And those smiles were the thing that the witch who lived nearby really desired. They were the important ingredient for the potion that she was cooking in order to regain her youth. She suddenly came up with a plan to steal those smiles. She created a girl by her magic.
You are Eudora. Take this potion of destroy and recovery. Then go to that village and take all the smiles back here to me.
Eudora pretended to be a girl in trouble along the road for the people to see and help her. She said that she had lost all of her family and she had nowhere else to go. Feeling pity for the girl, they decided to keep her there. After being able to enter the village, Eudora immediately put her plan into action. She made all the plants of the gardener withered in just a night. The next day, when seeing the withered plants, the gardener was really astonished.
Oh no! My plants! They were all fresh yesterday. But why?
Oh no! Are those plants for the winter?
Now I don't know what to do to save them. Maybe I have to plant them all again.
The winter is about to come. The little plants won't grow in time. Or, I have a way. My hair can help you, but you need to exchange a thing.
What thing?
It's your smile.
So that means that I will never be able to smile again?
That sounds really sad, but your smile cannot help others keep their stomach warm through the long winter, like the vegetable soups. The people will be shaking because of the cold. The children won't stop crying, and even after this winter, everyone won't be good enough to smile anymore.
After considering for a while, finally he had to accept. When the gardener touched Eudora's hair, it immediately shone. While he didn't pay attention, Eudora quickly took a potion out and dropped it to the ground. Right after that, the vegetable garden was fresh again. But at that time, the gardener couldn't smile anymore. Eudora continued to do the same trick with other people in the village. Just like that, the villagers one by one exchanged their smile with her. The village gradually became gloomy. Suddenly, Eudora heard the smile of a kid.
There's still a kid left. That's not a problem. Just take her smile and quickly leave here. Do you want this beautiful flower back? I want, but I don't want to exchange my smile. Why do you say that? My parents exchanged their smiles for the things they need, so even when I'm obedient now, they won't smile to me anymore. I was so sad. If I also cannot smile to them, then they will be sad like me.
The things that the girl said gave Eudora a really strange feeling. Finally, Eudora decided to help the girl make a flower bed without asking her to exchange anything. And the gardener saw all the things that happened between Eudora and the girl. He decided to discover why Eudora wanted to take the smile of the villagers away. Eudora brought back the smiles that she had taken for the witch. But when she cut a chunk of Eudora's hair, it immediately disappeared. Suddenly, the witch tied her up.
What do you want? Your hair cannot be cut, so I have the only way is to use you as the ingredient to cook the potion. I did everything for you, and now you still want to harm me? You are so cruel. You are just an emotionless puppet which I created. You have no rights to complain about what I want to do.
Then she intended to throw her into the boiling pot. After witnessing the whole story, the gardener immediately rushed there to stop her. But he was no match for her. With his power, he could never fight against her. After controlling the gardener, the witch came back to continue her work. Suddenly, the villagers flocked there from nowhere, and the witch couldn't respond timely. They beat her and chased her away. Then, they rescued Eudora and the gardener. It turned out that earlier, the gardener used some corn to put into the bag which had a hole in it. Then, he wore the bag, making the corn drop out to mark his way. At the dinner, traditionally, everyone would gather together, but today, they couldn't see the gardener. The party would not be able to start without him, so they decided to go find him. While seeing the corn seeds on the ground, they guessed that he was having some problems, so they decided to follow the tracks. That made them stop the witch timely and save both of them.
Why did you help me when I deceived all of you before?
I listened to the story between you and the girl, and I guess that you were not a bad person. You had just been taken advantage of by that witch. Then, Eudora gave the smiles back to everyone.
I just wish that I could smile like everyone.
Even so, everyone got the point. Together, they dragged her outside. Then, they taught her their dance. They were dancing and smiling at the same time, and Eudora unconsciously smiled along with them.
Wonderful! This dance is really a miracle.
No, it's just a normal dance. The real miracle is the smile. The smile will spread the joy and the happiness to everyone.
I get it. I'm really grateful to you guys.
The magical world of Fairywood was the home of magical creatures with special powers. Therefore, Fairywood High School, the School of Magic, is always the most coveted place, with its crucial mission to train young individuals in using magic skills in their lives. Those girls should learn how to control their power better. However, in that school, there were still exceptional cases, such as Katie, a girl with an outstanding beauty but lacking magical abilities. Believing that every child deserved a chance to learn, especially a well-behaved and kind girl like Katie, the principal agreed to admit her to the school. Nevertheless, Katie still doesn't truly believe in herself, as she feels different from everyone else in the school. One afternoon, while looking for a place to eat, a mischievous elf played a prank on her, preventing her from going anywhere. Suddenly, the elf was magically dressed in a beautiful princess gown, making him embarrassed, and he ran away.
Are you okay? That elf likes teasing beautiful girls a lot. I told Karen to give him that dress. It looks nice. Why, I haven't known you. Oh, you're the girl without magic, as the rumors say. Yeah, it's me.
They are the Fairy Meanies, a group which consisted of the 3 most beautiful, stylish, and famous girls at Fairywood High. The adorable Fairy Karen created the most dazzling clothes, but she wasn't very smart. Next was the elf Gretchen, who could hear every rumor in the school. Finally, the Vampire Queen, Regina, with the ability to manipulate and enchant. No one dared to oppose her. Regina found Katie beautiful, and, feeling sorry for her lack of magic, came up with an idea.
We want to invite you to have lunch with us every day for the rest of the week.
Oh, let me tell you one thing. Our signature color is pink.
You should know that this is an honor.
The warmth, kindness, and beautiful appearance of the Fairy Meanies made Katie want to be friends with them.
Okay, then see you tomorrow. Great, see you tomorrow.
In addition to wearing pink, the girls must always share stories with each other and not betray one another. Playing with the Fairy Meanies, Katie received enthusiastic care and support, helping her transform into a fashionable and trendy person. The 4 always had fun together and shared their story. Gradually, Katie adapted and changed, becoming more beautiful and confident. Then, no one cared that Katie didn't have magic anymore. Everyone admired her, and many boys wanted to pursue her. However, Caddy secretly had feelings with another boy, the handsome and strong Aaron. People in the school noticed Aaron and Katie becoming closer, and rumors about their relationship started spreading throughout the school. And as usual, the rumor quickly reached Gretchen's ears. She quickly gathered the fairy meanies to talk.
Katie, I heard that you like someone. Is that true? Oh, you guys already know. It's Aaron. Oh my, is that Aaron? He used to be Regina's ex-boyfriend.
That situation made Katie uncomfortable because she didn't want her feelings to hurt Regina and affect their friendship.
Katie, it's okay. That's in the past. You just go ahead with Aaron.
Touched by Regina's kindness, Katie felt even more affectionate towards that group of sisters. To become closer to Aaron, Katie tried to create more private time for both of them by approaching and pursuing Aaron after classes. After that, Katie continued to spend time getting closer to Aaron. The two shared beautiful feelings, and Katie decided to confess her love. On the day Katie planned to confess, she confided in the fairy meanies just when Regina hadn't arrived yet, so only Karen and Gretchen knew. Both initially supported her, but suddenly Gretchen heard a strange rumor.
Look, Aaron is dating Regina again.
Gretchen quickly told Katie about the rumor she just heard, preventing her from confessing to Aaron. Katie didn't believe the rumor, but then she saw Regina holding hands with Aaron. Feeling betrayed, Katie became furious and confronted Regina, asking why she changed her previous words.
I'm just reclaiming what's mine, Katie.
After spending some time with Katie, she became more beautiful, and people started to adore her despite lacking any special abilities. This made Regina resentful and feel threatened in her position as the leader at Fairywood High. Therefore, Regina manipulated Aaron's feelings towards her to make Katie feel devastated and sad. Katie couldn't believe it, and her anger escalated to the point where she tightly grasped Regina's hand, causing her pain. Taking advantage of the situation, Regina pushed Katie away and pretended to fall to the ground to frame her.
Katie, don't be angry like that. Aaron doesn't like you. It's not my fault.
The students witnessed Katie seemingly aggressively pushing Regina down, leading to a wave of oppression against her. From that day on, Katie no longer played with the fairy meanies, and no one wanted to be near her because of the incident with Regina. At that point, she was more confident and no longer cared about what others thought. The incident was quickly forgotten as the Spring Siling Festival approached, the day when Fairywood High would vote for the girl everyone liked the most, who would then become the queen and possess the magical crown. For this queen title, Regina was the most desiring. She tried to train, maintain a low-calorie diet, and take care of herself to become the queen. Because the competition required fairness, the principal casted a spell on the entire school, prohibiting all students from using magic until the day of the festival. Katie also decided to participate in Spring Cling to assert herself and partly to hope that people would understand her true self better. On the day of the festival, everyone dressed elegantly, enjoying the festive atmosphere. And then, the most awaited moment of the night arrived, the award ceremony with the presence of the two most beautiful girls at Fairywood High, as expected, Regina and Katie.
You can't possibly win against me, Katie. Congratulations, Katie!
Regina was shocked upon hearing the result. Regina's strange behavior before the festival made Katie suspicious, and indeed, the results were manipulated by Regina. Katie was determined not to let herself be disadvantaged that time. Regina, furious, rushed to snatch the crown from Katie. Katie was cornered by Regina. Just as Regina lunged at Katie, she managed to dodge the attack, but Regina was propelled forward. At that moment, Katie, still kind-hearted, extended her hand to help Regina, but Regina, driven by greed, tried to grab the crown. The audience witnessed the entire incident and shouted vehemently against Regina.
Regina is wicked. She doesn't deserve to be the spring sailing queen.
The crowd's opposition infuriated Regina, prompting her to use her power to manipulate, silencing everyone.
Everyone be silent!
Katie realized Regina's intention and immediately used the magic from the crown to thwart Regina. The principal immediately sealed Regina's powers again and reclaimed the magical crown.
The spring sealing queen is Katie!
Sadie became the most famous girl and an icon of the perfect girl for everyone. Regina was banned from using magic, was avoided by everyone, and faced mockery after the Spring Sailing Festival.
Now no one will help you, Regina, the wicked one.
Suddenly, the mischievous elf wore in a cute princess dress, made him embarrassed, and run away once again.
Are you okay, Regina? Karen's dress looks stunning on him.
Although Regina had behaved poorly, she now received help from these friends, making Regina touched.
After all the selfish things I've done, you still forgive me? Everyone makes mistakes, Regina. What matters is that we acknowledge them and strive to be better. I'm sorry for being mean. Forgive me. Fairy meanies forever! Fairy meanies forever!
The night fell. The shimmering lights reflected on the surface of the pond created an atmosphere of mystery and beauty. For generations, the Swan tribe had mastered the art of ballet. No one could resist the graceful beauty and the pristine white wings of the swans as they danced in mesmerizing and flawless movements. Princess Chloe, the unique daughter of the king, was entrusted with the important task of inheriting the golden throne of the Swan tribe. To become the queen, Chloe had to defeat other talented candidates in the ballet competition right after her father's reign ended. Anyone could participate in the competition, but Chloe's royal family always won the first prize, never losing the throne to anyone else. Her father had high expectations for her, but unfortunately, Chloe was a playful, lazy, and often gave up easily. Subscribe to WOA Fairy Tales to follow the story. Since she was young, Chloe had heard about the extraordinary power of the Swan tribe. They had the ability to control magic when they danced, and the legendary dance of her family contained immense power. To achieve that, Chloe had to practice tirelessly every day, but the legendary dance was too difficult for her.
Get up. As a royal swan, you must become the most beautiful dancer in the tribe.
It's too hard. I don't want to practice anymore. Let me take a break and play. I'll practice later.
Chloe.
Chloe easily got discouraged, and whenever things became difficult, she would find ways to escape the practice and indulge in outside pleasures. Chloe's ballet teacher was her cousin Hudson. The king promised that if Chloe became queen, Hudson would be in charge of directing the Swan tribe's nightly performances. However, as the competition approached, Chloe still couldn't perform the legendary dance. I'm tired. I'll just dance without practicing. Stop it. No more practice.
Come on, Chloe. I've never seen anyone as lazy as you.
I'm so tired, Hudson. I wish someone could complete the competition for me, and I'll just become the queen. Hudson was worried that if things continued like this, Chloe wouldn't be able to win the competition.
You're really out of mind. I have a plan. Bring a lot of money and come with me.
Wow, Hudson, you're truly the smartest. Together, Hudson and Chloe sought out a malevolent witch who specialized in fulfilling dark desires for money. In short, I want someone incredibly talented to dance for me. Solve it quickly, old hag. Very well, lazy princess. This little item can help you with that. Pluck a feather and put it here. After a while, the liquid transformed into a replica of Chloe, looking exactly like her, but with dark-colored wings and attire. Oh, it's truly magical!
Indeed! She looks just like you in every detail.
No, she's not. She has dark attire and wings.
What? Look again.
Listen, I've taken your confident and talented self and created Night Swan from it. Only you can see her dark colors. Through dark magic, in the eyes of everyone else, she still has the same pristine white feathers as you. So that's how it is. Now you can replace Night Swan in the competition. And when you're done, use the larva jar to absorb her back in. Chloe spent the whole night talking to Night Swan, sharing her life and the people around her. Night Swan listened and memorized everything, mimicking Chloe's every word. The next day, Chloe secretly observed Night Swan. Under her father's watchful eyes, Night Swan performed a dance full of enchantment and mystery. Chloe's father couldn't hide his admiration and gave her a round of applause, something Chloe had never received before.
You dance beautifully, Chloe. I'm very proud of you.
Not only did she please Chloe's father, but she also earned the admiration of the entire Swan tribe. She was truly a priceless treasure of the royal family, something Chloe could never achieve. Chloe felt joyful and happy. Even the lazy ones have their own ways to succeed, don't they? Chloe spent her days playing, while Night Swan stayed behind to train with Hudson for the exquisite legendary dance. On the day of the competition, Chloe hid in a secluded corner and eagerly watched Night Swan perform. Her dance was extraordinary, delicate as the morning dew and enchanting. Everyone erupted in a thunderous applause.
Let's welcome our new Swan Queen, Chloe.
Thank you. You did great. I don't need you anymore. You're not only lazy but also foolish. Did you really think you could control me? What are you saying? Go back to your cocoon! But nothing happened. It turned out Chloe had been deceived by the malevolent witch. Night Swan had become a separate entity with a desire to take over this life. I am the one who deserves to be queen. Nobody needs someone as useless and harmful as you. Night Swan would destroy Chloe to become the sole entity. Give up, princess! Surrender your body to me! Never!
lucky! I'll catch that little one later.
She was fortunate to survive such a powerful collision. She felt extremely scared of the dark magic and the consequences she had caused due to her laziness and selfishness. Hudson finally found her in her worst state.
Chloe, I found you! I've been searching for you!
Hudson, I didn't know what to do anymore.
Do you know? Night Swan has gained absolute power. Even your father can't stop her.
And I can't even be sure if Father will believe me. There's no one left to help me.
You are the only one who can save yourself. Stand up, Chloe.
Determination ignited within Chloe like a burning torch amidst the storm. This time, she would truly change. I understand. Keep teaching me to dance, Hudson. I want to defeat Night Swan and reclaim my life. The two siblings went to a cottage in the forest and practiced ballet day and night. Her usual laziness was replaced by a determined gaze that was unafraid of challenges. After 3 months of training, Chloe finally succeeded in performing the legendary dance and unlocking the extraordinary power of the swan. After ascending to the throne, Night Swan revealed her tyranny and cruelty. She wanted to conquer other kingdoms as well. Knowing that swans had the ability to shoot magic whenever they danced, she forced them to use their dances as weapons instead of mere entertainment. Compelled to follow the path of war, they couldn't dance out of passion anymore, and the swan tribe now lived in agony. Chloe's father noticed a significant transformation in Chloe since she ascended to the throne. She grew distant and authoritarian, only wishing to issue commands and have everyone obediently follow her will. Despite his repeated attempts to advise her, she remained indifferent, believing herself to be the rightful ruler who needed to answer to no one. Her father felt deep sorrow and longing for the girl she once was, lazy yet kind-hearted, always caring for her people and family. Chloe returned, surprising the entire tribe. They couldn't comprehend how there were two identical figures before them. I am the true princess. Release my people at once. You are an imposter. I shall personally vanquish you. Melodic tunes filled the air as Chloe gracefully danced, moving with a gentle and ethereal elegance. In contrast, Night Swan possessed a seductive and commanding dance, exhibiting powerful and unpredictable movements. With a swift gesture, Night Swan unleashed a tremendous surge of energy towards Chloe. Chloe retaliated with a radiant beam of light.
Yeah.
She exerted all her strength, pulling Chloe closer, seeking to merge with her. Chloe found herself completely overpowered, unable to break free. Hudson promptly revealed the truth to Chloe's father. Chloe's father gazed at Night Swan with perplexity. Through his eyes, he beheld a replica that gleamed as lustrously as Chloe once did.
Cease your deceitful words! Where are my soldiers? Take him away!
As Chloe delved into Night Swan's subconscious, she found herself entranced in a world of darkness and gloom. I am defeated. Oh, if only I had heeded my father's words. I truly am the most wretched child. Suddenly, Chloe glimpsed fleeting fragments of memories, witnessing her father's words of encouragement and unwavering support, urging her towards success.
Oh, Chloe, endeavor is a journey of relentless determination and discipline. Keep striving, my dear. I have faith in you.
Soon, images of the two of them, joyfully admiring the graceful performances of the Swan tribe, unfolded before her eyes. They danced with fervent passion, upholding an age-old tradition that could never be shattered. These fragments of cherished memories enveloped Chloe with a newfound strength. Determined, Chloe set out to find anything that could aid her escape from this predicament. She traversed the endless expanse of nothingness until at last she discovered a strand of radiant white swan feather.
No!
Everyone could now see her true form, adorned with ebony feathers. Chloe's escape was possible because she remained true to her original self, impervious to the replica forged through dark sorcery. Once the feather is obtained, the seal shall be broken and she can be vanquished. Chloe came to realize that maturity entailed not only accepting responsibility, but also dedicating oneself to relentless self-improvement in order to achieve success. 500 years ago in Dreamland, a realm where magical creatures once thrived, a great devastation occurred. After a fierce battle with the Raven clan, the Raven King sought to kidnap the precious fairy alchemist, mercilessly slaughtering wherever he went. In the end, the Flower Fairy clan had to sacrifice half of their kin to steal away the Raven King. Since then, the chief of the Floral Fairy clan was honored as the ruler of the island. However, the Raven King's imprisonment is merely temporary. Given a day of sufficient strength, he can break free completely. And that day finally arrived. In an instant, the beauty of Dreamland vanished.
You have shattered my family, and now it's time for you to pay.
Mother of Floral Fairy Peony entrusted all of their flower spirit, the essence of their magic power, to her daughter. This was to protect her and send her back to the past 500 years ago. The fusion resulted in the sacrifice of all the floral fairies. Peony carried a great responsibility to defeat the Raven King before he succumbed to darkness. Peony lost all her strength and was severely wounded, falling into the human world. She also encountered a group of demon hunters who specialized in hunting spirits, stripping them of their magic and selling them to the wealthy.
Oh, a floral fairy. How about surrendering yourself to us humans now?
Release me at once!
Peony was completely drained, feeling helpless and shedding tears. And at her most desperate moment, Ryan appeared.
It's you again, you little fool! Go away!
Ryan had always been slow and clumsy since birth. He had a large body, but a mind no different from a 10-year-old child. Whenever he had the chance, Ryan secretly tried to release the prey of the demon hunters. That's why he was always despised. Who are you? Being rejected and driven away, Ryan retreated deep into the forest to live.
But beautiful. You're so beautiful.
What's with the stammering, you foolish boy?
Huh?
In the following days, Ryan diligently took care of Peony, passionately tending to her wounds. Gradually, Peony was moved by his warmth. Although he was foolish, he was truly kind-hearted. Of course, Peony didn't forget her mission. However, she didn't know where to find and gather information about the Raven King now. She only knew that he had a distinctive raven feather-shaped mark on his chest, the source of his power's corruption. Ryan always helped her gather information about the Raven King. On the 7th day, there was no news about the Raven, but mysterious incidents occurred on the streets. It involved the disappearance of a series of young girls reaching maturity. Furthermore, the number of wild creatures in the forest was decreasing. One sleepless night, a disturbing event took place. Something's wrong! Let's go, Ryan! No! Get away quickly!
The mark on the tiger's forehead. I saw it at the crime scenes.
There are many rumors that in order to gain more power, the Raven King took the lives of many young girls and wild animals to refine his elixirs. This must be connected to him. However, with her current power, she would struggle to oppose him. When her magical power was restored, Peony bid farewell to Ryan and decided to go to Dreamland to find the clan chief. At that time, her floral clan was not yet the most powerful. In terms of hierarchy, he was her grandfather.
Nonsense. Time cannot be reversed. And are you truly a floral fairy?
Everything I've said is the truth. The clan chief's attitude changed, and he immediately welcomed her into the flower clan. Peony was treated as a true princess according to the standards of that era. Day and night, she worked with the clan chief to find a way to defeat the Raven King. She also contributed her magical power to strengthen the flower army. Things changed one day. Help me! The mark on her forehead! Please save me! The floral goddess will take away my soul to refine his elixirs! Ah! Peony grew suspicious and secretly followed her. She couldn't believe her eyes when she discovered the clan chief's secret chamber. It held a large number of young girls and various beasts and creatures with marks on their heads. The mastermind behind it all was her grandfather, not the Raven King at all. The destruction of Dreamland was also due to false accusations and the loss of his family. It's all deception!
In the end, you also fell for it.
From the beginning, he didn't believe her words. He only played along to exploit her power. Furthermore, she would be the crucial factor in making his elixirs even stronger. The most despicable enemy has always been the one closest to me. I won't forgive you.
Get her quickly!
The gate! Open now! Oh, Ryan! Unsettled about Peony and always longing for her, Ryan silently watched from outside the gate every day. Just seeing her figure appear one more time would make the foolish boy extremely happy. When Ryan saw Peony being attacked by floral soldiers, he didn't hesitate and immediately stepped forward to protect her.
Don't touch Peony!
You're just a weak mortal! You could lose your life! No! Peony was filled with pain and madness, seeing that fragile figure collapse.
Don't cry, milady.
You fool! How can you still speak at a time like this? Suddenly, a raven feather emerged from Ryan's chest, glowing brightly. A raven feather! Could it be that Ryan is... The surge of powerful magic transformed Ryan into the Raven King of legends.
I'm not a human. Why?
The magical tears and intense desire for love towards Peony unlocked his true form. Peony realized that she was the reason behind Ryan's corruption 500 years ago. Perhaps in the past, she had to leave, leading Ryan to seek revenge obsessively. Ryan, I really don't know what to do anymore. If she found a way to defeat the chief, it would mean the end of descendants like her, and the Floral clan would be wiped out. However, if she let him continue his actions unchecked, a terrible catastrophe would befall Dreamland. The inevitable battle among her, Ryan, and the chief was unavoidable. But as long as Peony remained safe, Ryan wouldn't be able to fully unleash his power to defeat the chief. For that to happen, even if it pained her greatly, she had to disappear. She needed to find a reason to keep Ryan staying temporarily. Heartbroken, she reluctantly returned to meet the chief. For the future of our clan, I'm willing to give up all my magical powers for you to take over Dreamland.
Excellent! Finally you understand!
Before bidding farewell to her floral soul, Peony secretly sent a signal to Ryan. It turned out she tricked him into believing that the chief had taken something extremely important that only she could retrieve. And when she sent the signal, Ryan would surely appear. When Ryan arrived, Peony had already retrieved her floral soul. There was one thing the chief didn't anticipate. Peony's flower soul was mixed with the magic of other floral spirits, giving her tremendous power. Entering the battle meant that she could once again travel through time, return to the future, and create a tremendous explosion, destroying everything the chief had collected.
You traitor!
You must defeat the evil! My departure is voluntary! Dreamland is innocent! Don't seek blind revenge!
Wait, milady!
Wait for me! We will meet again! When she opened her eyes, Peony found everything unfamiliar. Dreamland's scenery remained as beautiful as before the destruction. Peony hurriedly went to the main palace, where the history of the entire region was kept. 500 years ago, the cruel and wicked chief of the Floral clan was defeated by a hero named Ryan. After the battle, Ryan was gravely injured and his body was preserved and treated. The succeeding chief of the Floral clan redeemed himself by providing magical power for 500 years to protect and nurture the hero's body, awaiting his awakening. Although they no longer held the position of island rulers, the Floral clan still made significant contributions to the prosperity of the entire region. Peony knew that it was a bell signaling something. Finally, I fulfilled the promise we made 500 years ago. Oh, this statue is too scary, Arlen. It's really ugly.
That is the beauty of sculptural art, Cynthia. Whether it's an object or a person, each has its own beauty. Do you all think the same? If so, remember to follow the WOA Fairy Tales channel.
What are you saying, Arlen? I'll go outside to rest for a while. Call me when you finish.
The young man Arlen aspired to become a great sculptor, continuing his journey to learn everything about sculpture. After a while of concentration, he noticed the mysterious girl next to him was also carefully observing the Medusa statue. Arlen continued to participate in the exhibition until it closed, but he still saw the mysterious girl in front of the Medusa statue. Hello, let's go. It's time to leave. It's about to close. At that moment, the mysterious girl turned around to reveal a beautiful face with snake scales on it, exactly like the Medusa statue next to her. Arlen was startled, but before he could come down, the girl had left. Since that day, Arlen was constantly hunted and desired to meet that mysterious girl again. He continuously visited the exhibition until the last day, but still did not meet the girl.
Margaret, you came to pick up the statue?
Arlen heard the name Margaret and remembered that she was the owner of the Medusa head statue. He turned back to see the familiar cloak passing by. Margaret! Arlen joyfully chased after Margaret, who turned around just as a strong wind blew, making her cloak fall off and her hair flutter in the wind. Once again, Arlen was shocked by the resemblance between Margaret and the Medusa statue she held in her hands. Faced with Margaret's beauty, Arlen fell into a deep and passionate love for her and quickly moved forward to help Margaret. Margaret was a bit surprised. However, with Arlen's enthusiasm, she said nothing and silently walked ahead, guiding him. As the two walked, they were blocked by a group of men.
Margaret, don't even think about running away.
Arlen, not understanding what was happening, saw the men rushing towards Margaret. So, he rushed forward to protect her and was beaten unconscious. When Arlen woke up, he found himself in a strange room full of statues, and Margaret was right beside him. The room contained paintings of both of them intimately, making Arlen even more astonished. What's happening? Margaret, did we just get surrounded by those men after the exhibition, right?
Arlen, that happened a long time ago. Did you just wake up from a dream?
Once Arlen calmed down, he remembered the past, and they had escaped the gang after the exhibition, continuing to develop their beautiful relationship. Although Margaret was a stunning beauty to Arlen, people kept away from her because of the snake scales, making her look different. So, Margaret lived a secluded life, avoiding contact with others. Up until that moment, she had lived alone and self-sufficiently with the money she earned from the sculptures her mother left. The sculptures left by Margaret's mother were incredibly sharp, making Arlen eager to study the models and providing a reason to visit the beautiful Margaret. Therefore, Arlen often went to Margaret's house to practice diligently, quickly progressing in each line, creating many lovely artworks. He even had a piece display that many people admired. The reputation of the young and talented sculptor Arlen became more widely known. In those moments, Margaret could only silently support Arlen. Arlen wanted her to be comfortable like a normal person, so he decided to seek out his witch friend Cynthia. Cynthia, please help the one I love. Her face has these snake scales. Do you have any way to make them disappear? Cynthia had secretly liked Arlen for a long time, so she felt annoyed and jealous when she found out he had a girlfriend.
Fine, Arlen, but be careful. I heard that the descendants of Medusa are hiding after Medusa's head was chopped off. Who knows? Margaret might be the descendant of Medusa.
Don't talk nonsense. Call me when you finish making the potion. Cynthia quickly prepared the potion and gave it to Arlen. Overjoyed, he quickly returned to find Margaret everywhere, but couldn't find her. At that moment, Arlen heard a loud scream outside and rushed to see. Arlen quickly ran out and saw that Cynthia had followed him and discovered a secret underground chamber. Both went down and saw many statues of terrified people. What shocked Arlen was that the men who had attacked him and Margaret the day before were also there.
These statues are too realistic, like people were turned into stone. What are you two doing? It's you. You are the descendant of Medusa.
Faced with Cynthia's proclamation, Arlen expected that Margaret would object, but she stood there as if she had just been discovered with a horrible secret. It turned out that Margaret was indeed the daughter with the bloodline of Medusa. The statues below were the victims she had turned to stone. The revealed truth made Arlen angry, feeling deceived, so he left. Margaret tried to stop him, but because she couldn't control her emotions, a part of Arlen's hand turned to stone. Cynthia cunningly quickly threw a poisonous concoction she had prepared onto Margaret, turning her hair into terrifying stone snakes. This monstrous form of Margaret horrified Arlen, causing him to run away and leave his beloved one desperate in the dark chamber. Margaret, rejected by her loved one and becoming ugly, no longer cared about everything around her. But Cynthia did not let her alone. She spread the news everywhere that Margaret was the descendant of Medusa, causing the villagers to be frightened and worried, attacking Margaret's residence every day. Arlen, witnessing the angry crowd, still felt pity for his beloved, so he stood up to stop everyone. But beyond expectations, the villagers attacked Arlen as well.
Arlen is protecting Medusa's daughter. His artworks are undoubtedly created by that descendant who turned him into stone.
Seeing Arlen being tortured, Margaret also felt heartbroken and ran out, using her terrifying appearance to threaten the villagers.
Monster! You made Arlen unable to sculpt, and now you've caused trouble for him. Everyone, don't be afraid. She can only turn others into stone by touching them.
Hearing this, the villagers continued to attack Margaret, not giving her a way to retreat. But once again, Arlen appeared to protect her, pushing back and preventing people from approaching her. Alone, Arlen couldn't stop the angry crowd, making him unable to resist any longer. The pain of Arlen reached its peak, escalating Margaret's anger. She controlled the stone snakes to pull people away from Arlen. Only when Arlen was rescued did Margaret realize that she had caused a great tragedy. Everyone she touched had turned into stone.
Margaret, your sins are too serious. Now, to save everyone, sacrifice yourself so I can use your blood to create a potion to rescue everyone, including Arlen.
In desperation, Margaret chose this method, hoping to save Arlen.
Goodbye, Arlen. I hope you recover quickly.
The moment Margaret bid farewell to Arlen witnessed everything. However, Margaret did not pass away. She lay motionless, seeing Cynthia stand up and laugh maliciously. As it turned out, she didn't need to sacrifice her life. The venom from the snakes on her head was enough. Taking advantage of Cynthia's neglect, Margaret, in anger, tried to grab her and with her last strength, turned her into a stone statue. Arlen quickly caught Margaret, receiving the vial of venom that Cynthia had just taken.
Arlen, use my venom to save everyone. Thank you for everything.
Margaret, please wake up! After that, Arlen sought out Cynthia's master to have him prepare an antidote for the curse. All the statues returned to normal, except for Cynthia, who was punished by her master for her wickedness. The story of Margaret's sacrifice spread, dispelling the rumors about her and Arlen. Then, Arlen could live a normal life again, but it felt emptier without Margaret.
In the kingdom of the peacocks, a most peculiar phenomenon unfolded. The twin sisters, Melody and Umbra, shared not a single similarity. Melody, the elder sister, was exceptionally beautiful, her tail adorned with the radiant hues of 7 colors. Umbra, on the other hand, had an unsightly tail that bore a striking resemblance to that of a crow.
Look at the dark peacock!
Why did such a difference exist? Subscribe to WOA Fairy Tale to find the answer. Within the birthing chamber.
The queen had given birth to 2 princesses, not 1. The situation was dire.
Desperate efforts were made to save the queen, but alas, they were in vain. The peacock queen passed away, leaving behind her 2 infant daughters. Dissimilarities between the sisters extended beyond their appearances. Melody possessed the graceful art of dance, her 7-colored tail unfurling beneath the radiant sun. Conversely, Umbra was known for her clumsiness, awkwardness, and an unfortunate knack for causing trouble. Melody delighted in exotic delicacies. Umbra harbored a fascination for insects. Each time, Melody would express frustration and scrutinize Umbra.
You must train to comport yourself as a distinguished peacock and abandon these strange dietary habits. Don't force me to comply with your wishes. I only wish to spare you from being looked down upon by others.
As a grand festival approached, tradition dictated that the peacock who danced most beautifully would be chosen to perform before the divine goddess, receiving her blessings and power. That person would become even more talented and powerful.
This year, I must dance before the goddess once again.
Melody confidently proclaimed, trusting her abilities and neglecting practice.
Try harder, Umbra. You must put in 100-fold effort to have a chance.
After rigorous training, Umbra returned to her chamber.
Who are you? Why were you in my room? I was Ravenna, the queen of the Crow clan. Your mother, Umbra. This is nonsense. I am a peacock, not a crow. Allow me to demonstrate.
When the Peacock Queen gave birth to Melody, Prevail had eliminated the midwife, disguised herself and swapped Umbra with a crowling. She had even cast a spell on her own child to make her appear as a peacock. She herself was the one who spread the rumor that the Queen had given birth to 2 princesses.
Thanks to you, I could now carry out my revenge plan! Why did you go to such lengths, Mother? The peacocks were always favored and praised, while the crows were at the bottom of society, treated unjustly. To overthrow them, I needed the power of the divine gem. And you were the one who would wield it, Umbra.
So my lack of resemblance to Melody was due to not being from the peacock lineage? As Melody continued to be harsh and critical of herself, she found herself ridiculed by others. I vowed to make them all pay. Who is Umbra talking to? Umbra! It's late. Go to bed quickly so you regain for the competition. Stop standing there babbling. I must become the most beautiful dancer. Was I too harsh?
On the last day before the grand festival, Melody began her practice. She noticed Umbra in the distance, secretly observing her.
Umbra, don't hide. Come out. Anyway, I was the chosen one. But to make you completely admit it, we better compete against each other. Fine, let's see.
Melody began her first dance steps. Strangely, her legs felt stiff, no longer as agile and graceful as before. Melody fell and tried coming back to the dance, but her body no longer obeyed her commands. She had been too overconfident and negligent in her training. It was Umbra's turn, and she glided gracefully across the ground like a gentle breeze.
Umbra had improved a lot.
However, Melody's elation turned to shock as everyone cheered for Umbra. They believed Umbra was the chosen one for the performance, while Melody was seen as inferior.
This feeling was terrible. I used to employ this negative approach in the past, hoping that she would improve, but unintentionally, it made Umbra feel pitiful beyond measure. I'm sorry. I had been too harsh on you, only wanting you to be strong. Umbra, forgive me.
Umbra saw her elder sister in a pitiable state. She wiped away Melody's tears, also realized that her revenge mission was not complete. The night of the festival arrived as predicted, and true to the forecast, Umbra was chosen to perform before the divine gem. She gazed at the gem, her eyes as if wanting to devour it. Umbra began to dance. And Melody watched from below with pride. Umbra approached the divine gem, and it emitted a brighter light than ever before. Umbra accepted the benevolent rays of light. The peacock citizens also bowed their heads in respect and gratitude. Suddenly, Umbra snatched the gem from its pedestal.
What are you doing? From now on, this gem belongs to me. Don't do something foolish, Umbra.
At that moment, the Crow Queen appeared.
You fools! Umbra is a crow, not a peacock. I placed her here to seek revenge against you all.
Even though she was a crow, Umbra had never harmed anyone. This made Melody feel even more sorry for her.
Umbra, she just wants to take the gem and put her own child to live in danger. Don't listen to her.
Get out of here!
Melody immediately chased after her.
Stop! If you know what's good for you, don't stand in my way. I don't need anything. Just please don't take my only sister away.
Raina, furious, struck Melody.
Please, Mother, spare Melody. After all, she had taken care of me since childhood. Be quiet, or I'll punish both of you. No one will disrupt my revenge plan.
Umbra felt disappointed at her mother, who had been distant for so long, proved to be exceedingly cruel and ruthless, resorting to any means to achieve her goals.
No, this gem belongs to the peacocks.
Ravenna grew even more furious and cast a spell towards Umbra. Melody quickly unfurled her peacock tail to shield her sister. Her peacock tail acted as a sturdy barrier, deflecting the reverse spell back towards Ravenna. Ravenna was thrown back into a tree and fell unconscious. Melody's once bright tail was now tattered.
Thank you for saving me, sister. No matter what happened, you were always a member of the Peacock clan.
Both of them returned the gem to its original position. As for Ravenna, she was imprisoned in the darkest dungeon, paying for the mistakes she had made. Do you know that our world always exists parallel to the world of magical wizards? Each wizard, upon entering the academy, would be challenged by summoning a magical creature, the unicorn. Their status and magical abilities would correspond to this creature. Being admitted to the Unicorn Academy was undoubtedly the greatest honor in one's lifetime. However, apart from the purebred wizard families, only a few exceptional commoners had the privilege. In Ella's village, everyone believed that her talented older sister would be one of the rare few to study at the Unicorn Academy this year. Ella was no less skilled than other ordinary girls, even a bit more. But when compared to her sister, the difference was immense. Despite feeling self-pity, Ella never resented her sister. In fact, she admired and was proud of her.
Sister, with your talent, you'll surely receive an invitation to the Unicorn Academy this year. If that's true, I'll send you many letters about the Academy. You promise, right? When the time comes, don't get so engrossed in studying that you forget about me.
However, in the end, not only Ella or her sister, but also all the villagers were astonished when Ella was the one invited to join the academy, not her sister. The shock and disappointment prevented her sister from talking to Ella until the day she started her studies. Ella entered the Unicorn Academy with a heavy heart, mixed with a hint of anxiety. Her worry and confusion grew as the magical classification ceremony went on. The elemental unicorns appeared one by one, filling the air with wondrous magic. Each student who successfully summoned a magical creature would have a corresponding horn appear on their head, reflecting their elemental affinity. Especially the radiant unicorn created by Selena, a purebred wizard. There was no doubt that this unicorn would be the highest ranked one at the ceremony today. Ella was the last to summon her creature, and she was anxious and frightened when nothing seemed to happen. People were tired after the long ceremony, and their patience was wearing thin. If nothing happened, Ella would have to pack her things and return to her previous life. She remembered hurtful comparisons people had made.
What's going on? Is there any mistake? Or did Ella cheat to steal her sister's spot?
I do have feelings, you know. Please, anything, just let the unicorn appear.
Her plea seemed to be heard by the heavens. From the sky, an object plummeted down at a terrifying speed, causing a commotion in the ceremony.
Oh my goodness! It's the rainbow unicorn?
It's the unicorn with the most notable power. What? It doesn't even have the horn yet. Even Ella, she didn't grow an extra horn. It's because Ella's unicorn is injured, Everything will be fine in a couple of weeks.
In the following days, Ella received a different kind of attention than usual. Even Celia, who didn't like Ella, put on a friendly face and invited Ella to join her group.
There's a race this weekend. You and your unicorn, James, right? Join us.
I'm sorry, but I have other plans.
Indeed, Ella was hiding a dreadful secret. James, the unicorn she summoned, wasn't actually a unicorn.
Listen, I know you're not the creature I summoned, but it's all done now. Can you please help me stay at the academy a little longer?
Contrary to Ella's friendliness, James was uncooperative. Before the magic test, Ella led James outside, hoping to connect with him and gain his cooperation. However, James not only disobeyed, but also hurt Ella, becoming the subject of ridicule for those who happened to witness it. James managed to escape Ella's control, crossing the academy's boundaries and ending up in a room with aggressive unicorns. He didn't expect that Ella would appear, risking her life to protect him. The wounds James inflicted were still visible on Ella, yet she cared for James with patience and tenderness.
I'm sorry, it's because of my incompetence that you're involved in this. But tomorrow it will be over. After the test, when I can't perform magic, I'll confess everything and leave. You'll be free too, James.
Ella couldn't have anticipated that those words, along with her gentle actions, would touch James's heart. The next day, James agreed to let Ella ride him, and even performed magic to help hide her abilities. From that moment, they became the best of friends. Ella's status also soared as a result.
What's her talent, anyway? Can't even get a horn, and that creature doesn't even look like a unicorn anymore.
For the first time, Ella experienced the glow of being the main character, and she couldn't bear to lose it. 3 days ago, Ella received an anonymous letter. It stated that the dark mage living in the Forbidden Forest had a solution to her problem.
I can't resort to cheating like this.
Her fear led her to a selfish decision.
I want to have a unicorn horn.
After following the instructions, a horn indeed appeared on James's head. However, after that, James was no longer the gentle creature he used to be.
James? James? What's wrong with you?
High-level wizards struggled to restrain James. But it wasn't an easy task, especially when the condition seemed to spread to other unicorns.
Ella! What on earth have you done?
James, please, don't be like this. James! It's me! It's me, Ella!
Stop, Ella! Quickly bring him under control!
James's memories of Ella's kindness woke him up. Seizing the opportunity, the group of wizards captured James and the mindless unicorns. Allowing the magical tribunal to step in and take them away. Ella realized that one of the members of the tribunal was the one who tricked her into attaching the horn to James.
Don't be foolish, Ella! That's impossible! Hurry and lead them away!
Alone, Ella couldn't do much. She cried out, seeking help from the other students.
What are you all doing? How could you let them be taken away like that? They are our good friends. How could you forget all the good times we had? To us, they might be pets, but to them, we're everything. Selena, you too? You don't care about your unicorn, Selena? I will never give up on James. Never! You are not alone. We'll help you!
Too. The students created chaos together, allowing Ella to break free and escape with James. Without hesitation, James took off with great speed, carrying Ella on his back. Ha! You can't escape! Fortunately, a catastrophe was averted as James and Ella found themselves cornered, with the Dark Wizard about to capture them.
Huh?
Running away. Why stop now?
I'm sorry, James. It's all my fault. I've hurt you. I let my own interests blind me. You've always been my best friend, whether you're a unicorn or not.
In their final moment, Ella decisively removed the horn that didn't belong to James, confirming her affirmation. Strangely enough, that action not only restored James's original appearance, but also sprouted a pair of large wings, lifting both of them into the air. It turned out that James wasn't a unicorn, but a Pegasus prince. During the battle against the forces of darkness, he had been wounded and lost his way to the Unicorn Academy. The wound caused by the darkness sealed his magic powers and memories temporarily. When the horn containing dark magic was attached, it inadvertently reactivated his powers. When Ella removed it, the powers surged once again. James purified the darkness, restoring his own sanity and the minds of the remaining unicorns. Ella stepped forward, admitting her mistakes to everyone and acknowledging that she wasn't worthy of studying here.
Summoning a spirit beast is through the bond of friendship with a wizard. Although James isn't a unicorn, what you and James have done is more than enough to prove your capabilities here.
But what about James? Can he stay here too?
You don't have to worry about that. Poseidon and Medusa, James's parents, have entrusted him to the academy until he's strong enough to take over the throne.
From then on, they continued to be close friends, and they even built a sometimes turbulent but beautiful relationship with Selena.
Today's story concludes. Thank you for your support. Each view is a tremendous encouragement for us to create more interesting new stories. Don't forget to subscribe to WOA Fairy Tales to help us reach 1 million subscribers soon. Now, share with WOA Fairy Tales your emotions after watching today's story. See you in the upcoming episode!
It was the first day, the final semester, that I attended the Vampire Academy, the only place that's a trained professional vampires. I have been eagerly anticipating this day because... Celine! You've done it to me! If you want to see how I'll deal with her, subscribe to WOA Fairy Tales. As for the confrontation between me and that girl, it's an ancient story. We both come from famous vampire clan. The rivalry between our clans made us compete in every little thing. This time, Celine really succeeded. Our academy is divided into 2 species, Royal and Dampier. Celine and I are both Royals, pure-blood vampires, or those with the ability to perform magic. We'll live in the imposing, luxurious tower, spending most of our time chatting or learning ways to become more aristocratic. On the contrary, Dampier vampires, hybrids with humans, live differently. Their lifestyle is simpler, and they have to work harder. Although they don't possess magic, their speed and skills are extraordinary. They are trained to be protectors for royals. Royals and Dampiers live separately, only beginning to bond for life at the prom ceremony. To prepare for prom, starting today, Dampiers will be moved to the royal area to socialize. But that little Celine girl has taken everything away. What have you done? Oops, I accidentally borrowed your prom date. You're not mad, are you? Oh, it seems like you were a bit annoyed, huh?
Betty,
Well, now what are you going to do, Betty? Everyone has a date, and if you don't participate in prom, how will you graduate? At that moment, for some unknown reason, I declared that I would go with the only person who didn't have a date to prom. I also had doubts about my audacious decision. The person I chose was Edward. Edward is a low-profile Dampier, so inconspicuous that no one remembers him. He struggles with academics, has a reserved personality, and never participates in group activities.
I don't agree.
What? He dared? All right, no worries. Eric and I will definitely become the king and queen of prom to get that moonstone for you. It helps with mind control, you know. And who knows, maybe Edward will accept your invitation. For the first time in 17 years, I had to endure such embarrassment.
I agree.
What? What did you say?
I said I agree. See you tomorrow.
Like a dream, from that day on, Edward and I truly began to get to know each other to prepare for prom. It wasn't easy to change the mindset of someone as stubborn as Edward. Do you really want to cooperate? With the current situation, even if we don't participate in prom, we can become the king and queen. You knew that, didn't you? Sorry, but you're probably regretting not having Eric now, right?
Why should she regret something that has lost its value?
What's the freak saying now? How can a weirdo compare to someone who always wants to steal other people's things? Thanks to you, I'll have 100 times better prom date than Eric. I may have spoken strongly, but seeing them happy together, I was truly sad.
Look, weren't you very determined just now? Come on, we'll win. You said I'm 100 times better than him, didn't you? Oh, give this back to you. Study it carefully, bookworm.
You? How dare you read? You! Don't tell anyone. If this gets out, I'll be seen as a weirdo just like Edward. Oh well, studying about Strigoi is my special hobby. These are the most feared and rarely mentioned type of vampires in vampire history, because they are the only ones who feed not only on humans, but also on royals and Dampiers. They are resurrected from the dead and become immortal, rumored to be the harbingers of destruction. In terms of power, neither royals nor Dampiers are a match for them. The Vampire Academy was founded to train vampires to fight against this species. What if Edward reveals this information? I can't even imagine. But Edward didn't do that. He even showed interest in the notebook.
Why are you studying these?
I want to know more about Strigoi. Are they really as evil as they say? And instead of destroying them, is there a way to redeem them? Edward also started cooperating with me more in our prom preparations. We had a fairly, enjoyable time. And I realized that I might have started to like him a little. After that night, Edward underwent a dramatic change. When he discarded his disastrous fashion, he became an entirely different person. Even Celine couldn't help but be impressed. How could Eric compare to this eccentric guy? Not only handsome, but the scent of Edward's blood also had an irresistible charm that captivated the royals. Feeling that she had lost a delicious meal, Celine was once again eager to steal my prom date right before the party. According to tradition, Royal and Dampier students are divided into groups to guard the school and practice their teamwork. Unfortunately, due to bad luck, Edward and I were assigned to the same group as those two troublemakers. Thanks to them, the atmosphere between us became more awkward. This task was supposed to be a training exercise with harmless traps set up, but unexpectedly the snakes, the vampire's eternal enemies, appeared here. With our current abilities, we were no match for them. Ha! My dear friend and the guy I once liked disappeared in the blink of an eye.
I'll hold them off. You run away.
How could I accept that? We were a team, and of course, I had my own abilities. A bite barely grazed me and left me stunned. After that night, my body seems to start changing. Perhaps it was a side effect of the snake's venom, even though it was extracted in time. I thought that after the disaster, Edward and I would become closer, but no. He changed again, becoming as cold as he was in the beginning. Just to let you know, Edward is my new prom date. What? Edward, what's going on?
Exactly what you heard.
That moment became even more unsettling when Eric lost a lot to Celine. No! There must be some hidden mystery in this. Through investigation, I discovered a horrifying truth. Edward, the one who once captivated me, is a special Strigoi. What? What do you intend to do? This is the Vampire Academy. The professors will punish Strigoi.
Come on, they'd have to punish you as well then, Betty. Don't you remember anything?
According to his account, on a mission night, he bit me and turned me into a Strigoi. You? How dare you?
Be smart and stay quiet until my plan succeeds. When you return there, it will be you who faces danger.
What do you plan to do?
Give him what he deserves. A man who abandoned his wife and children like he did doesn't deserve the position of headmaster.
Edward seemed to be looking down on me too much. Even if I got punished, I had to warn everyone about his plan. When I arrived at prom, he and Celine had become the king and queen and received the Moonstone ring.
Something's not right.
He used the ring to control everyone's minds. This would make the Academy's defense line disappear, leading to the appearance of more Strigoi.
I don't care about what you're planning, just don't get in our way. What if I am the girl you truly care about?
However, perhaps even Edward didn't anticipate that Alan would change direction and rush towards me. The little remaining strength within me had already been used to break down the door to get here.
Ha! I guess I was right. She's the only one you care about, isn't she?
It turns out that Edward knew that Alan might target the girl next to him, so he intentionally let Celine become a decoy, replacing me at prom. Why did you save me? I've turned into a Strigoi too, you know.
Huh? Do you believe everything I say? You're stubborn right up to prom. Truly stubborn.
Right after that, I was also controlled by him to continue the unfinished plan.
You recognize me now, don't you? Unexpected that the son turned into a Strigoi can come back here for revenge, right? It's my mother. My mother sacrificed herself to save me, but it didn't work. And she ended up like this, even in her passing. She still wanted me to return this to you.
When the two rings were placed side by side, a strange and magical phenomenon occurred. Perhaps the magic of family bond. Back then, during the intense battle with the Strigoi, the headmaster bravely stormed through the front lines. However, he inadvertently lost track of his wife and son. They were threatened, and their safety was exchanged for the headmaster's appearance, but due to lost information, by the time they reached the headmaster, his loved ones were no more. The two rings were originally a pair, a testament to the love between Edward's parents. The memory segment ended simultaneously with the control of the rings over the vampires, inadvertently leading to a tragedy. It was the only way to end the immortal life of the Strigoi. Hey, you can't sleep! You haven't even apologized to me for what Celine did! Headmaster, please save him quickly! He's your own son!
Calm down, you're too noisy. Father, I'm sorry. Didn't expect to meet you like this.
The headmaster hastily used all his strength to exchange for Edward's life.
Please, Father, don't do that. I can't lose my only loved one again.
It turns out there was a way to save Strigoi, but it required him to give up immortality and at the same time for a royal to sacrifice their power and even their life to save him. Edward was no longer a Strigoi, but it was a shame that his father, in addition to losing his power, was permanently disabled. Today, they will return to the castle deep in the forest to spend more time together.
Now that I've truly become a Dhampir, I will still work hard to practice and one day be able to protect and bond with you. As for you...
I'm willing to wait.
Look how impatient he is. Well, this time I admit defeat to you.
This story is a thank you message for Beth D, Lyco Girl 1789, who has contributed many ideas to WOA Fairy Tales. In the future, we hope to receive more contributions from the audience to further develop WOA Fairy Tales. Don't forget to subscribe to WOA Fairy Tales to help us reach 1 million subscribers soon. And now, please share your emotions with WOA Fairy Tales after watching today's story. See you in the upcoming episode!
In the depths of the human subconscious, angels always perform benevolent deeds, bringing radiance to humanity. But what if one day an angel were to turn malevolent and cruel? Subscribe to WOA Fairy Tales channel to discover the outcome. Alicia was the least skilled among the celestial beings. Not only that, but she also refused to learn and consistently projected an air of arrogance and obstinacy. Alicia's daily task was to guide virtuous souls to heaven. Yet, due to her careless disposition, she often lost souls when she brought them to the gates of heaven.
Useless! If you make another mistake, do not blame us!
Alicia could only mutter in frustration before walking away. One fateful day, Alicia captured a soul, and just then, the god of death, Moros, made his appearance.
What do you intend to do?
I shall take this soul down to hell. Ha
This soul belongs to me!
Witnessing Alicia's determination, Moros altered his plan. Very well. I will entrust this soul to you, and even aid you in collecting many more. All you need to do is bring down the soul tree, the celestial creature.
It's just a tree. It won't affect me. Alright, I agree.
With the agreement settled, Moros pushed the soul back to Alicia, who joyfully transported it to heaven. Thanks to Moros' assistance, Alicia continuously amassed numerous souls, surpassing her fellow angels and leaving everyone astounded. Alicia grew increasingly haughty, looking down on everyone, include Lucius, her close friend.
You can stop following me!
Well done, Alicia! Soon, you will receive a significant reward, a new pair of wings.
Thank you, Archangel!
But the contract with Moros had to be fulfilled that very night.
I will execute it meticulously to avoid detection. It's just a tree after all, and it won't harm heaven.
That night, Alicia surreptitiously approached the soul tree and, in the blink of an eye, dismantled it. Alicia raised the root, laughing with delight. Suddenly, a cage descended, entrapping her.
Release me!
You dare defy the rules of heaven!
Please forgive me. I was influenced by someone else.
This is the soul tree, crucial to heaven. And because of your recklessness and insolence, you were unaware of these details.
The gates of heaven closed, and Alicia was officially banished. Wait, Alicia, I will help you regain your position.
I don't need your help.
Alicia wandered aimlessly, now just an obscure goddess.
I brought what you want. I was banished from heaven for this mistake.
Those angels truly do not know how to appreciate talent. Join my team. This hell always welcomes everyone, without discrimination or disdain.
Nowhere else remains for me. Only Moros is willing to assist. I agree.
Moros promptly transformed Alicia into a bona fide angel of death. Every day, Alicia collected souls to transport to hell. One time, when Alicia spotted the soul of a poor old woman hiding, she chased it closely. The soul was intercepted by Lucius, infuriating Alicia. I will take the old lady to heaven, because during her lifetime, she did many good deeds.
You once helped me a lot when I was still an angel, and now you're fighting over a soul with me?
Lucius, thinking Alicia had truly changed her attitude toward him, didn't expect what happened next. Alicia, in a fit of anger, pulled the soul away. Alicia, don't let malevolent forces corrupt your soul. An angel's heart will always belong to you. As the cages gradually filled with more and more trapped souls, everyone cried out in protest, refusing to accept being sent to hell.
Alicia, sooner or later, you will become a true angel of death.
The weaklings in heaven will have their eyes opened.
Alicia continued her vigorous search for souls. In the midst of her determination, a young boy soul collided with her.
Do you know who I am? I am the Angel of Death. Today is my lucky day.
Please help me. I found myself as a soul when I woke up. I just want to bid farewell to my parents one last time. Please, help me.
Alicia was moved and escorted the boy home. Their house was in disrepair, and cries emanated from within as they approached the door. The boy's mother sobbed, trying to wipe away her tears, while his father was in despair.
Where is our son? Why hasn't he returned home?
Now they were utterly helpless, clinging to the hope of a miracle. The boy had ventured to the beach to collect small fish for sale, aiming to assist his parents. Unfortunately, a violent wave swept him away.
Angel of Death, please reveal the location of my body to them?
Huh? No, it's too late.
Seeing the boy's tear-filled eyes, Alicia relented.
Huh?
Alicia escorted the boy's parents to the beach, where his lifeless body lay.
My son!
Wake up, son!
Angel of death, please, don't take our only child. I am willing to exchange my soul to save my son.
Alicia was moved by the sacred bond and self-sacrifice of the boy's parents. She no longer cared about her duty as the Angel of Death. She simply cast the spell to return the boy's soul to his body. The boy woke up, and his family rejoiced ecstatically. They thanked Alicia and took the boy back home. Alicia watched with a sense of relief, experiencing happiness for the first time upon receiving such praise.
You dare defy the principles of the Angel of Death?
Moros opened a dimensional door to drag Alicia to hell.
You have betrayed heaven, and now you betray hell. I will drain the life force of the angels and cast you into the 18 layers of hell, with no chance of escape.
As Moros prepared to seal the dimensional door, Lucius unexpectedly leaped forward to confront him.
Lucius!
I will always protect you.
In the past, I was ashamed of my weakness and unworthy of you. I always tried to drive you away, but I truly apologize.
Lucius embraced Alicia, and she finally accepted his love. Moros took advantage of their distraction and launched a counterattack. Alicia rushed to defend them, but Moros quickly overpowered her. Lucius, witnessing this, risked everything to engage Moros. Alicia, seeing the plight of the trapped souls, immediately released them all from their cages.
No!
The souls overwhelmed Moros, releasing their pent-up resentment. Alicia hastily helped Lucius and escaped through the dimensional door. Alicia and Lucius returned to heaven and faced the Archangel.
I deeply regret my foolish actions. I hope you can forgive me.
Your transgressions have been erased by helping the boy's soul return to his body. It was a noble act that angels should perform.
From now on, Alicia would be a responsible angel and live happily with Lucius forever.
In a glamorous palace at Madara Kingdom, there lived a prince named Philip. He was well known for his bright and handsome appearance. The girls who met Philip were all enchanted by his charm.
Oh, how handsome Prince Philip is! I wish I could be his wife.
Druidess, the most wicked witch in the area, was not an exception. She continuously appeared by his side, sweet-talking and trying to lure the prince.
If you agree to be my husband, I will grant you ultimate power that no one can match.
Stay away from me. Don't waste your time. I have no feelings for you. After being rejected, the witch was extremely angry, but she couldn't harm the prince because she truly loved his handsome face. Near the palace, there lived a girl named Louise. She was the most beautiful girl in the village. Everyone had to be in awe of her beauty. Her husband was Adam, but he was chronically ill, which made Louise's life filled with worry and anxiety. She found all the possible ways to cure him, but Adam's illness got worse and worse. He was gradually weaker. In the most desperate moment, not knowing how to save Adam, the witch Druidess appeared and gave her a deal.
I will cure your husband immediately, but in return, you must give me your beauty. How about that, beautiful girl?
Although hesitant, Louise reluctantly accepted this deal because it was the only way to save her husband now.
I agree. Please help my husband. He won't be able to stand it much longer.
The witch smiled cunningly and took Louise's beauty away, turning her into an ugly girl. Blemishes appeared on her face, which even made everyone horrified while looking at her. After obtaining Luisa's exquisite beauty, the witch joyfully gave her a magical potion and then quickly left. Louise hurriedly gave the potion to her husband, and to her astonishment, he woke up completely healthy. Overwhelmed by emotion, Louise rushed to hug Adam. However, to her surprise, Adam irritatedly pushed her away. Who are you?
I'm your wife, Louise?
No, my wife can't be as ugly as you are. Quickly go away. Louise was astonished. She couldn't believe her ears. Go away immediately and never appear in front of me. Meanwhile, Juretta's witch, after having a new appearance, she immediately went to find the prince with the hope that she could be able to seduce him.
Now I have this supreme beauty. Will you marry me?
Never. Give up that intention. Being constantly rejected by the prince, the witch was so angry that she lost control of her power, accidentally injuring him.
Oh no, my handsome face. Luckily, he's still all right.
The prince was so frightened, then he immediately ran away from the palace. Being exhausted, he fainted by a nearby stream. About Louise, after being chased away, she had to live temporarily in a cave near the stream. Looking at herself in the water, Louise became even more self-conscious.
With this ugly face, how could Adam dare to come near me?
Suddenly, from a distance, she saw the handsome Prince Philip, who was famous throughout the kingdom, drifting along the stream. Without hesitation, she rescued the prince and brought him to her place. She carefully took care of the prince there. Looking at the prince, she remembered her husband, Adam, and it made her heart ache even more. Surprisingly, the prince woke up, and Louise joyfully raised him up. Why am I here?
I saw you drifting in that stream, so I brought you here.
Thank you so much for saving me. You are truly a kind-hearted girl. Since his health hadn't fully recovered, the prince had to stay in the cave with Louise until he recovered. After several days of being together, Philip felt that Louise was an incredibly kind girl, and he gradually had feelings for her. Getting to know Louise's story, he felt even more sympathetic and wanted to cover her. Would you like to be by my side? We can be together and take care of each other for the rest of our lives. Louise was surprised by the prince's feelings, but she firmly rejected, as her heart remained loyal to her husband, Adam.
Thank you for your sincerity, but I can never betray my husband.
Although he was very sad, the prince wanted the one he loved to be happy, so he thought of a way to help her. He took Louise back to the palace, had her dressed up, and had her hair and makeup done, making her look more beautiful than ever. Louise thanked the prince and hurriedly left the palace, went back to find Adam. Prince Philip watched her go, feeling sad, and silently wished her happiness. With her beautiful appearance, Louise met Adam and made him really surprised. Wow, Louise, my beautiful wife, you're back? I missed you so much. Suddenly, a heavy rain fell, washing away the makeup on Louise's face. Adam was really shocked while seeing the blemishes on Louise's face reappear. He changed his expression and scornfully mocked Louise. Are you trying to deceive me?
No, it's not what you think.
But Adam refused to listen, continuously ridiculed her, and chased her away once again. She left with sorrow. Little did Louise know that Prince Philip had been following and observing everything. Seeing her suffer because of Adam, he was even more hurtful. Suddenly, a woman approached the prince.
Well, it's a pity. If that girl had the rainbow flower from the top of Annapurna Mountain, she wouldn't have been rejected like that.
What are you saying? Explain it clearly.
Sir, on the faraway peak of Annapurna Mountain, there is a mysterious rainbow flower. Whoever possesses that flower will become incredibly beautiful. But that flower is not easily picked. Only those with high nobility can touch it.
After knowing that, for the one he loved, Philip immediately set off. The way to Annapurna Peak was really challenging and dangerous. The prince had to pass through the hottest area, following by an icy and bone-chilling path. After reaching the treacherous peak of Annapurna Mountain, finally he found the rainbow flower. Having obtained the flower, the prince hurriedly returned to give it to Louise.
Why are you here?
As the prince placed the flower in Louise's hair, a radiant glow emitted from her body, and her beautiful face also returned. Louise quickly went back to find Adam without noticing the prince now had a blemish on his face, just like hers. Louise stood before Adam, looking breathtakingly beautiful. Strangely, Adam burst into laughter and turned into the Wicked Witch.
You are all fools.
She stole the flower from Louise's hair and placed it in her own. She immediately became beautiful. Turned out, the power to steal the beauty of ordinary people only had a temporary effect on the witch. Only the rainbow flower could grant her eternal beauty. And the rainbow flower could only be picked by those with pure heart. So, she had planned to deceive the prince to take it for her.
Adam, my husband, where is he? What have you done to him? Are you still thinking for that worthless man? All he wanted was your beautiful face. A little seduction and he easily fell into my trap, giving me his face. He probably won't dare to come back with that ugly face anymore. You are so foolish to believe that he truly loved you. True love was right in front of you, but you couldn't see it. You and Philip are both foolish.
At that moment, Louise hurtfully realized it all. Because of her blind and loyal love with Adam, she hadn't been able to feel the love of Philip for her. Then, the Malice Witch used all of her hatred and magic power to finish Louise. Prince Philip rushed in from nowhere to cover her.
What are you doing? Why protect someone who doesn't love you? I've done everything, but you always rejected me.
A dangerous and cunning person like you will never deserve love. No matter how beautiful your face may become, you're still a wicked person who makes others feel dreadful.
All right, then you two can love each other in hell.
Then she cast a spell to finish them. However, the rainbow flower was suddenly darkened. It turned out that the flower contained a magic that only worked on those of pure heart. For those with evil intentions, it had the opposite effect. Under the power of the flower, the Wicked Witch completely vanished into dust, to the astonishment of Louise and Philip. In the end, Louise was deeply moved by Philip's sincere love. Once again, Philip proposed to Louise, kneeling down to ask for her hand. I'm no longer the handsome prince, but I still love you with all my heart. Will you be with me for the rest of our lives?
Yes, I agree. Sorry and thank you for everything.
If one day a poor girl suddenly becomes a princess, how would it be? Would her life become beautiful or dark? Click the subscribe button to WOA Fairy Tale for the answer. Mr. Thomas's family was a poor one, struggling to raise their first daughter.
And that name suits her. Quickly capture her!
Mr. Thomas was horrified when he saw a chaotic scene, with sides slaughtering each other. Before understanding what was happening, Thomas was handed a child by a soldier.
This is Princess Anastasia. You must protect and care for her carefully. When it's safe, the royal family will come and take her and reward your family.
Thomas didn't understand what was going on, so he quickly embraced the child and closed the door.
Oh dear, there's trouble. How can we raise Princess Anastasia?
Maybe the heavens want to help us. This will be the child that changes our lives.
Thomas seemed to understand his wife's intent, and he smiled dangerously. After the chaos ended, news spread about the missing princess, and no one knew where she was. Mr. and Mrs. Thomas didn't reveal any information about the princess to the outside world. Only those within the family knew. People outside would simply think Anastasia was their adopted child. As time went on, Anne and Anastasia grew up. Princess Anastasia had a graceful appearance with a touch of haughtiness, while Anne remained gentle and meek. Mr. and Mrs. Thomas always paid special attention to Anastasia.
Anne, you need to help the princess even more, because we need to protect her until the royal family comes together.
Yes, I know, Father.
Every day, Anne tried to chat and play with Princess Anastasia, but despite her enthusiasm and openness, Princess Anastasia remained distant.
I won't eat. Stay away from me. Remember, I am a princess, and you're just a commoner. Don't try to be too familiar with me.
Huh?
The differential treatment in the Thomas family grew more significant. Anastasia was given many beautiful dresses, even though the family was not wealthy, while Anne, the biological daughter, wore old dresses, sometimes even patched ones. Anastasia enjoyed delicious meals.
Anne, please eat some bread and give the chicken thigh to Anastasia.
Anne feels deeply sorry and extremely resentful.
Mom, why do you and Dad treat me like this? I'm your biological child. We have to do this so that when the princess returns her favor, it will benefit us. Stop being jealous all the time, Anne.
Anastasia felt increasingly spoiled and domineering.
Anne, quickly bring me that vase.
If Anne accidentally broke something, Anastasia would take the chance to scold her.
Clumsy fool!
Anne could only hide in a corner and cry.
Everyone wants to drive me away.
Not me, I'm here, and I'll never abandon you. Lucas's words comforted Anne, which somewhat eased her sorrow.
Thank you for always being there when I need you. Anne, hurry up and cook for me!
Anastasia felt jealous when Anne laughed and spoke merrily.
Lucas, why don't you stay and play with me? I've liked you for a long time. If you leave Anne, a country girl, and come to me, you'll have everything. You like gold and silver, right? You like status, right?
Anastasia is just an adopted child, right? This is absurd. But Anastasia's determination also made him curious, and his eyes suddenly sparkled. Meanwhile, Anne was forbidden to leave the house. She spent her days looking out of the window with a sad gaze. Lucas visited Anne with indifference and coldness.
Lucas, I want to be free like you.
Later, you'll inherit all the family fortune. Don't be sad. Anastasia's just an adopted child. She won't get any benefits.
Anne had never thought about this issue before. She only needed her parents' love. When Lucas left, he suddenly eavesdropped a conversation between Anne's parents.
Sooner or later, Anastasia will be welcomed into the royal court, and we must flatter the little one to ensure she takes the old family with her. Unexpectedly, Anastasia, the adopted child, is actually the missing princess from long ago. That's why she was so confident in telling everything to me. Since Lucas learned of Anastasia's true identity, he immediately turned against Anne. Instead, Lucas brought many gifts and flowers to Anastasia, saying he would stay by her side and protect her for life. Anne, seeing Lucas and Anastasia's affectionate relationship, felt heartbroken. Tears welled up in her eyes. Now that her parents' love was gone, even the person she loved had betrayed her. Anne truly felt unlucky. The fateful day arrived when Queen Marie, accompanied by her soldiers, came to the Thomas house.
Now, the princess can return safely to the palace without having to hide her identity and live with commoners. Oh, my beloved granddaughter, I let you suffer. Let's go home.
Anastasia didn't have any affection for her grandmother. She was only secretly happy to escape her poor life.
Queen, we hope to be allowed into the palace. After all, our family has taken care of Anastasia since she was a child, treating her like our own daughter.
Me too.
Anastasia and I have loved each other for a long time. I can't live without Anastasia. Please, allow me to enter the palace to serve and protect the princess.
Fine, I agree to allow all of you into the palace.
During the swearing-in ceremony, Anastasia received the necklace from her late mother. Back in her room, Anastasia threw the necklace to the ground.
It truly is an ugly and old-fashioned piece of jewelry. Now I will live a life of luxury, making up for those days in that wretched, tattered house.
Anastasia called Anne and asked her to bring different clothes to try on.
Give me another dress.
Anastasia continued to order Anne to clean her room, not allowing any other servants to do it. While cleaning, Anne accidentally picked up the necklace that late Queen Marie had given Anastasia, which had fallen to the floor. Anne stared at it for a while, feeling a strange sense of familiarity, as if there was an invisible connection.
Give it back to me!
Queen Marie, standing outside the door, observed her granddaughter's rooms, shook her head, sighed, and felt sorry for Anne. As for Mr. and Mrs. Thomas, they were allowed into the palace, enjoying a life of luxury. Their greed grew day by day.
We must take advantage of this rare opportunity.
Princess, now that you're back home, we have a small request. Speak! We want to share half of the family fortune! What? Are you crazy?
Thanks to us, you are where you are today, right?
Don't even dream about it. Guards, lock these two old gags up from me.
Let us go! Let us go!
The cries echoed throughout the palace, and Queen Marie was deeply disturbed.
Anastasia is not the real princess! The real princess is Anne!
Everything came to a halt, and everyone fell silent, bewildered.
Thomas, don't talk nonsense.
Daughter, I am the one who gave birth to you, and your name is Anne.
In the past, when he held Princess Anastasia in his arms, he and his wife exchanged names between the princess and their biological daughter.
Daughter, from now on, your name will be Anastasia, and the princess will be Anne.
Neither of the two children knew about this.
Grandma! I don't know anything! They arranged everything! I didn't intentionally impersonate the princess! Your family must face punishment, not only for deceiving the royal court, but also for mistreating the princess.
Mr. and Mrs. Thomas, in fear, grabbed their daughter and fled.
Run! Quickly!
Stop! I know the truth. It turns out that the differential treatment was because I'm not your biological child. People tried to suppress me to replace me with a fake daughter.
The fire of resentment in Anne's soul, and she confronted the fake Princess Anastasia. Anne looked at the necklace and felt a severe headache.
Anastasia!
Suddenly, the necklace glowed, and the spirits of the late king and queen appeared.
Daughter, we will always be with you.
They then flew to topple Mr. and Mrs. Thomas.
Lock them all up in jail!
Lucas, realizing he had no way out, pretended to be pitiable.
Please forgive me, Princess. I was blinded by money, and I betrayed your feelings.
But Anne had seen through Lucas's true nature.
Excuse
expel him from the castle, and he shall never set foot here again. Finally, I have found my real granddaughter. I officially announce that this is the true Princess Anastasia.
She put the necklace back on Princess Anastasia, and they lived happily ever after.